Hi. Tonight the team goes for the doubleheader sweep of Southwestern Oregon Community College. Daniel Hutchison on the mound. First batter at the dish is Cody Watanabe. In the first game, Chandler Gilbert, the Wolves, Coyotes that is, howling in a big way, winning 13-7. Joe Pequeno here alongside Adam Perry and Andrew Fury in as well as Hutchison gets off in a great way with the called third strike to start the game against Cody Watanabe. And Adam, no question, in the first game, Coyotes did a little bit of everything. We saw a little boom. We saw a little pow. We saw a little strikes. The home team came out with a fury.
Absolutely. The Coyotes mounted some momentum early and just kept building, and supplemented by some big power shots as the Coyotes were able to trample the Lakers last game. Joe, great to have you back.
Thank you very much. Stepping into the batter's box is the left fielder, Noah Sumuke. Daniel Hutchison played his high school ball, Chandler High, right down the road. The Wolves last year made a deep run into the state finals, eventually losing to Hamilton. And the right-hander has got a powerful fastball. He's got a 6+ frame, tall, lanky. His parents, they are here today in proud support to watch their son as he lays over a breaking pitch on the outside part of the plate that Sumuke cannot do anything with. And quickly, Hutchison is ahead on the count. So you've had a chance to see Hutchison during fall ball. What do we see of the first-year Coyote?
Right, big pitcher, big frame, standing at 6'4", and well above 200 is Hutchison, and he's got a power fastball, man. He can run that thing up. He's touched the 94 before, but he normally lives in the low 9s, and we're going to see that on display today, as well as his changeup and curveball, which he can mix so well.
This one bounces short, perfect hop, and the throw over for the 6-3 put out. So just like that, Hutchison is doing the work on the mound. They're checking in, and they're quickly checking out. Coming into the dish is the designated hitter, and that is Devin White. So Hutchison is moving fast and furiously through this first inning in his first collegiate start. Young man provided a lot of quality innings, and he starts the first batter, Devin White, with the strike on the outside part of the plate and finding his control immediately, and that was a beautiful pitch to spot that fastball to get that batter started. He comes right back, a little bit of an off speed, and White swings right through it, and it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, Hutchison working quickly, already back on the mound, looking in for a sign. And ahead 0-2 quickly is Hutchison as the pitch is on the way.
And this one scorched to the right side, and that eats up the first baseman. Needs to say, it's White hauling in and a stand-up double. And no question, that was a tough hop for the first baseman. And Justin George dove forward, went off his upper body, tailed into the right fielder, and needs to say, Devin White at second base with a 2-out double, and stepping in is the first baseman, Anu McCabe. So right off the bat, the Lakers, after dropping the first game 13-7, threatening and no question a team that's coming from the great Northwest with a chance to defrost here in Arizona.
Yeah.
They'd like to defrost with a victory as well after being short on the scoreboard in the first. So McCabe steps in. First pitch from Hutchison, looks the runner back, and this one is way outside, and the runner is going, and White will stand up, and it's a 2-out situation for the Lakers with a runner at third, and Hutchison, after giving up that 2-out double, now has to lock it in and get his control back in form.
Yeah, absolutely, as time is called, and the catcher, Eric Anderson, seems to be having a bit of a disagreement with the umpire. Not too sure what this one is about, as Watson will make his walk to confirm with the umpire.
So it looks like there might be potentially an equipment issue, that Eric Anderson, maybe something with the mask potentially, and he looks like that's exactly what's taking place. He's put his helmet back on, readjusting over there, and now he's putting a new mask on. Maybe he didn't have the throat guard to potentially protect himself there, and you know, that is paramount equipment, because ultimately you're a catcher, you're in the firing zone of the pitcher, and you've got to be protected. You've got to have the proper gear. So needless to say, they're back to live action with McCabe, has a 1-0 count with Devin White at third base. 2 outs here in the top of the first, and Hutch comes right back, and looks like that was taken low outside for ball 2. So a 2-0 count, and Hutchinson's moving quickly. Runner at third, and fires, and a little off-speed pitch. McCabe a little bit out in front. So what's this like for Hutchinson right now? First time on the mound, first collegiate start. He's in front of the home crowd. He pitched right down the road in high school, Adam. What kind of nerves is he going through right now?
Yeah, absolutely dealing through some nerves here is Hutchison as he deals a 1-2, and he's going to bounce that curveball in front. A great pitch there, but, you know, from the pitching aspect of things and the mental game, Hutchison is off to a great start, and I'm sure he knows that. Riding high off of last game's momentum, Hutchison should have no pressure on his shoulders, but in front of a crowd like this today, I'm sure he's feeling something up there as that fastball is just high and away, bringing the count to full.
So Hutchison now nibbling a little bit with a 3-2 count, and of course the runner does not have to move. A 2-out situation for the Lakers. So Hutchison dialing in on Eric Anderson. The windup, and that one is a BB on the outside part of the plate. And Hutch loud and proud to end the top half. Coyotes coming up at the dish in the bottom of the first with no score. So we go to the bottom of the first, and getting things started will be Camden Plew, the shortstop, batting second, playing second base. Jamison Armstrong in the DH slot, batting third. Tate Lewis in left field, batting fourth. Dante Turgeon in right field, batting fifth. Ryder Hancock in the sixth hole, playing third. Ethan Hatch catching, batting seventh. Eric Anderson batting eighth. The first baseman, Justin George. And in center field, batting ninth, Porter Pittman. On the mound for the Lakers is right-hander Brandon Ochoa. Behind the plate is Teizo Nagaki. At first base, Anu McCabe. Second baseman, Hanai Warren. Third baseman is Cody Watanabe. At short is Elijah Henning. Outfield, Noah Sumimke. In left field, center Rain Yoshida and Jafari Williams. Rounds out the outfield and right field. So Ochoa facing Camden Plew, and Plew is putting a lot of lumber on the ball, and that's a good sign for the Coyotes. And he takes the first pitch, and that's scorched to right field, and Camden Plew gets the bottom of the first going for the home team in the right way. And that's a simple, Adam, see ball, hit ball, scorch ball.
Absolutely, and that is what Camden has been up to all season thus far. He is lightning red hot, and he doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon.
Stepping into the dish is the second baseman, Jamison Armstrong. And now it's a situation, because Jamison, very good hit and run guy, can always put the bat on the ball, can play small ball as well, gives the Coyotes a lot of options right here.
Absolutely. And Jamison is a leader. He'll do anything to put his team in a better position as he watches the 0-0 pitch fall in there for a strike.
Ochoa took something off on the outer part of the plate. Quickly goes to 0-1 after Plu took the first pitch the other way for a leadoff single. Appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. This one fouled off at the plate. Joe Pequeno on the call, Adam Perry, and Andrew Mad Max Fury Road, straight from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And if the Furies are watching back in Albuquerque, we appreciate you, and then some. Please say hello, give us a shout out, give us a smoke signal. We can see you all the way from Albuquerque. So it's quickly 0-2 on Armstrong after taking the first one, fouling off the second. Plu at first base, 0-2 pitch coming from Ochoa. And that one is scorched down the right field line. I'd say that Armstrong was just a tad bit out in front.
Yeah, just a little bit there. And, you know, he's doing his job, though. 0-2, you just got to fend off. And might not have been what he was looking for, but he made the adjustment, and he keeps the at-bat going.
So we've seen from Ochoa so far a fastball and a breaking pitch. Likes to keep the hitters off balance. Not afraid to throw the changeup in different points of the count. So he's ahead on the count as he chases Plu back to first base. So if you're in this situation, Adam, you got a runner at first base, you're the pitcher, you got an 0-2 count, counts in your favor. You don't have to nibble. The counts in your favor. You can afford to waste a pitch. Am I correct?
Right, absolutely. The pitcher here, Ochoa, does have some wiggle room, and we'll see what he does here as he prepares to wheel and deal the 0-2.
Plu is going, and that is shoot to the right side, and that's going to be a one-hopper 4-3 put out, but no question, having the runner going saved the double play. So good move by coach to get the runner going, and Plu is at second base with one out, and stepping in is the DH, Tate Lewis.
Yeah, although J-Mo was retired there on that 4-3 put out, he got a job done, and he moved Plu over, and Tater Tot Tate steps up to the plate once again with a runner in scoring position, looking to deal some damage here.
Plu at second base, Lewis in the box. Opportunity for an RBI here for Tate Lewis, and takes his slider of the outside part of the play, fouls it out of play quickly, and 0-1 count. So, Adam, no question, look, you got a slew of games, but next week you jump into conference play next Friday, Phoenix College, and talk about the elevation and the excitement as you draw closer to next week.
Absolutely, and, you know, you can feel the aura starting to build up and starting to get more intense around the Chandler Gilbert dugout as Tate Lewis takes that nasty breaker for a strike. And, yeah, I mean, conference play is really, you know, what these guys live for. And, you know, they're looking to bring it to Phoenix College absolutely next week.
So Tate Lewis with an 0-2 count. Ochoa, runner in second, is Camden Plu. Ochoa looking, Plu back. Little cat and mouse game. Ochoa, this one scores to the left side, and that gets by the third baseman, and Camden Plu is going to round in, and Tate Lewis with the laser left, and the Coyotes are on the board 1-0. And no question, that third baseman had to make a phenomenal play, and Cody Watanabe did his best. One hopper, tried to get the glove up, and could not, and no question, Tate Lewis hit a BB to the left side.
Yeah, that ball was scorched, and Tate Lewis once again coming up big with a runner in scoring position as he draws first blood, putting the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes up 1-0 in the bottom of the first.
Stepping in the box is Dante Turgeon. Turgeon, big stick to all fields as Tate Lewis modestly to first base. Ochoa comes with a bender, and looks like that might have been fouled off. Got a piece of the bat, so Tate Lewis doing what he needed to do with the RBI single, and now the heart of the order coming to the dish with Dante Turgeon, Ryder Hancock, and Ethan Hatch. Ochoa looking Tate Lewis back. Turgeon at the dish, 0-1 count, and that one bounces right in front of the plate. Now, no question, it could be 1-1 if that first pitch was fouled off, or maybe bounced in front of the plate. So we'll have to try to get the clarity from the home plate umpire as soon as the fingers go up one way or another.
Yeah.
Needs to say, Dante Turgeon steps in the box. Now he's got the runner in scoring position. A duck on the pond with an opportunity, and they're giving him the right side just as they did Tate Lewis. So if he gets that fastball on the outside part of the plate, just go the other way. And this one's bounced to the left side. This time a perfect hop and the throw over by Watanabe, and it's 2 outs on the 5-3 put out. And stepping in is Ryder Hancock as Tate Lewis remains at second base. So Ochoa bounces back after the hard RBI single by Tate Lewis to left field, and now stepping in is Ryder Hancock, and Ryder with an opportunity. The charging Canadian with an opportunity to do some damage at the dish, and he's got the whole left side as the shortstop's trying to keep Tate Lewis decent behind, right behind second base and keep him close.
Yeah, Ryder looking to add on to last game's damage as he was able to launch one over the right field fence. And no better time to do it than when a runner's on as Ryder awaits the 0-1.
Hancock at the dish and takes one low. And no question, Ochoa has to be very careful, because if that breaking pitch breaks in over the plate and he leaves it out, Hancock could be rounding the 4-bagger very easily, and it could quickly become a 3-0 game.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryder loves that hanger.
So Ochoa, first inning trouble right here in Chandler Gilbert. Fires a fastball on the outside part of the plate. So Ryder Hancock being patient at the plate. He's got the 2-1 count, and now he's a good hitter's count. He can lay off anything that's close, but he's looking for something right in his zone to blast it the other way.
Absolutely. Ryder's been commanding the zone all season so far as he awaits the 2-1. On the way is the pitch, and fouls it off himself, which will bring the count to 2-2.
So we saw the black uniforms in the doubleheader to start the season. Now we got kind of like the white pinstripes. How many uniform combinations are there, fellas?
There's quite a few. I don't know the exact number, but you know, you'll see over the next couple games as we roll out more and more. These Chandler Gilbert Coyotes are tripped out this season.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah, no question. Styling, profiling, maybe on the cover of GQ magazine sometime soon. So a 2-2 count here on Ryder Hancock with the runner at second base. Ochoa fires, and this one bested into left center, and that is going to drop. And here comes Tate Lewis, and Ryder Hancock does his job with the opposite field single, and Coyotes now up 2-0. And that was just a great piece of hitting, inside out, take it the other way, doing what you need to do, short, simple, compact swing.
Great job there by Ryder as he's able to bring in another run for the Yotes, extending the lead to 2-0. And Ethan Hatch now stepping into the box. Ochoa giving Ryder a look back at first, not actually making the throw, though.
Ethan Hatch with a runner at first base, 2 outs. Ochoa knocked around a little bit. Every ball hit pretty hard, and the runner's going, curveball, and the catcher can't do anything with it, and that's just some good heads-up base running. Coach Watson has the team up and running, and so now, once again, the Coyotes with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Now Ethan Hatch with an opportunity to do some 2-out damage. And that's been the beauty of this inning. A lot of 2-out damage as Ochoa trying to find himself in the circle. And this one, curveball way outside, and Ryder Hancock will stroll into third base. The catcher kind of rolls it right back to Ochoa, and right now, Southwest Community College collectively, they got to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of sloppy baseball here from the Lakers. And Ethan Hatch will look to capitalize now that his job just got a little bit easier as Ryder Hancock is standing atop third base.
Lights are on. The Lakers are playing Hatch straight away. Ochoa struggling through this bottom of the first, windup and delivery, and that one's way high. And catcher getting a workout back there, and that catcher is Teizo Nagaki, and Nagaki is making sure that he's loose and limber because he needs to be in about 500 different positions to catch Ochoa in this frame. So Hatch at the dish. Takes a fastball on the outside part of the plate, and now Hatch, no question, has the green light to attack and put one back the other way.
Absolutely, and in such a favorable hitter's count, I would be surprised if we didn't see a healthy hack here from Hatch as 3-1 is on the way.
And this one is fouled off to the right side, so Ochoa trying to battle back in this appearance against Ethan Hatch. Ryder Hancock at third base. 2 outs, already 2 in. Coyotes knocking the Lakers around in the first, 13-7 now, already putting up a 2 spot, and that is a beauty. And Hatch is frozen on the bender on the outside part of the plate, but a good first inning for the home team. 2 runs, several hits as we go to the top of the second. Home team, Coyotes, loud and proud on home turf, up 2-0. And we go to the top of the second, and stepping in, as we talked about him, loose and limber after getting a tremendous workout from his pitcher, Brandon Ochoa in the first, is catcher Teizo Nagaki. Nagaki, Coyotes playing Nagaki straight away. Big open stance, and Hutch fires a first pitch fastball right by Nagaki for strike 1. Oregon this time of year, let's just think about this. February, probably 40s, 30s. So teams across the great Northwest have to travel to warm weather conditions. And no question for them, you got to figure it's like a mini vacation, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pack your bags, go to warm weather, maybe break. Pack a little SBF fun in your bag, right?
Yeah.
So it's quickly 0-2 and Nagaki, Hutchison. And that's a beauty in the outside part of the play. A nasty slider. And it's quickly 1 out, and Hutch with 2 make that 3 strikeouts already.
Yeah, a bit of a unfortunate vacation thus far for the Southwest Oregon Lakers, as the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes have stifled them thus far in this doubleheader.
So far, so good for the home team. Stepping in is Elijah Henning, and Hutch working that outside part of the plate, just misses for ball 1. Eric Anderson behind the dish, and we know Eric behind that dish is a senior veteran of this squad, and this one lifted to right, and this one looks like it's going to fall in, and heading to second is Henning, and he'll stand. He'll slide in, and that's a 2-bagger. Henning with a good piece of hitting, just took it back the other way, blooper down the right field line, and here comes the Lakers with 1 out, runner in second, and stepping to the dish is the right fielder, Jafari Williams.
And Jafari, probably still a little bit hot from last game, given the fact that in the last inning he blasted a shot over the right field wall. So it'll be interesting to see what Hutch has to offer.
So down the lines, 330, power alleys, 375 straight ahead. We'll call this the Coyotes Green Monster. And Hutch with the balk, so the runner advances to third base, and all of a sudden that Lakers bench, after being quiet, now they're into this. Look, last thing they want to do is come to a visiting park and get swept, right?
Yeah, seemingly picking up some momentum off of that balk as Hutch deals.
And Jafari Williams looks at a big, slow bender for strike one. So the Lakers with a one-out double by Elijah Henning and Jafari Williams, who put a jolt in one in that last game over the right center field fence. And Hutch comes right back, and umpire gives it to him for strike two.
Yeah, good job from Hutch, quickly battling back from some adversity. You know, sometimes when a pitcher balks, you know, they might be a little bit flustered or confused, but Hutch seemingly in full control here as he looks to deal the put away.
Looking for that bender on the outside part of the plate, does not get it. And the thing about Daniel Hutchison, Adam, is that here's a young man, very lean, very lanky. He can easily put another 10 to 20 pounds of muscle on.
Right, very projectable guy is Hutchison, and already able to run the fastball into the low 90s. You got to wonder what the ceiling looks like for a guy like this.
And he comes right back with a nasty slider, and Williams swings right through it. So Hutch doing his job, and stepping in is the second baseman, Hanai Warren. 2 outs here. Strikeout to start, followed by a double by Henning, and then Williams down. Now Warren steps up to the dish, and Daniel Hutchison so far with 4 strikeouts. Warren looking for 2-out magic. First pitch, and Hutchison bounces one in the dirt, so quickly goes to 1-0.
And some good defensive work there by Eric Anderson as he's able to field that cleanly behind the dish.
Eric Anderson, I've only had a small sample of what he's like behind the dish, but great hands, calls a good game. He's a leader behind that plate. And no question, if you're going to do anything with the pitching staff, you've got to have a guy that knows how to set up the pitchers, good communication, and most importantly, be fast and have a good arm. And Eric Anderson checks all the boxes.
Absolutely. A technical freshman here at Chandler Gilbert, but a D1 bounce back. Always good to have a guy who's been at the highest level of college baseball on your squad. As Warren dribbles that one up the middle, fielded cleanly by Plu, and the throw is in time. And that will be the end of the top of the second frame.
No runs, no hits, and here come the Coyotes to hit in the bottom of the second. And so far, Daniel Hutchison doing the job on the mound. So we go to the bottom of the second with the Coyotes leading 2-0, and we talked and praised the catcher, and how fitting he leads off the bottom of the second, and that is Eric Anderson facing Ochoa. Ochoa labored in that first inning, giving up 3 hits and 2 runs, and now Anderson takes aim. No out here in the second. Waves at a fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike one.
Healthy hack there from Eric. Trying to start the Yotes off in a big way, as unfortunately he falls behind the count. 0-1. Pitch is on the way, and that ball is fouled off into the softball field.
Looks like the same pitch on the outer part of the plate. So Anderson quickly in an 0-2 hole. Lakers playing him straight away. And now Anderson looking for a little 2-out magic. Ochoa with an opportunity here ahead of the count. And this is actually the first time in the early part of this game Ochoa actually looks like he's in control and looks relaxed on the mound.
Right, seemingly found his groove here. We'll see if he's able to handle Eric Anderson in this 0-2 count as the pitch is on the way.
And that one is bounced in the dirt, so good eye by Anderson to lay off. It goes to 1-2. Coyotes with a couple on in the first. Some great 2-out hitting by Tate Lewis and Ryder Hancock. And now the Yotes taking aim here in the second. Big slow bender, and that freezes Anderson on the outside part of the plate for out number one. Stepping in is the first baseman, Justin George. And George got dirty in that first as that bouncer knocked off his chest and rolled into right field, but no harm done. Now George takes a look at Ochoa with one out here in the bottom of the second. And Ochoa comes back with a little bit of a bender on the inside part of the plate. And George quickly behind the count, 0-1. Ochoa now working quickly. Comes high in the outer part of the plate and even at one apiece. Brandon Ochoa from Oxnard, California, Rio Mesa, a sophomore, 6'2". Moving quickly and comes back with another off-speed pitch. It goes to 1-2 on George. So after a little bit of a rough first inning, Ochoa looks a little more settled into that second frame. And Adam, you pitched on the road numerous times. Is that the case sometimes where you just don't feel a comfort zone in a visiting park, or maybe the mound itself, or maybe just that day you just little nerves are unhinged just a bit?
Yeah, absolutely, as Ochoa bounces that pitch. But it seems he's a bit more comfortable on the bump now, taking his time, finding his groove. You could see a little bit of rhythm in his delivery now as Justin George at the plate prepares for the 2-2.
George locked in, the big lumber on his dangling off his shoulder, fouls it off to the right side, and we'll do it all over again. Good crowd on hand tonight. We welcome in all the loyal Coyotes fans, not just here, but of course in Philadelphia, Albuquerque, wherever you may be. You're with us in heart and soul. 2-2 pitch, and this one's fouled off right to the backstop, and Justin George staying alive and trying to keep Ochoa off balance. So
Yeah.
the back end of the twin bill, and obviously a very great first game for you and Andrew to call, watching the team put up 13 runs.
Right, yeah, that was a blast. And the Yotes are off to a better start than they were last time, as Justin George is able to fight off another pitch, staying alive and extending this at bat. Something that was definitely a huge key to the Yotes' success last game. Even though they fell behind early, all it took was one big inning, and the Yotes have seemingly carried that momentum all the way with them through the first 2 innings of this game as well, as Justin George chops a ball over, and that's going to land for a base knock, not touched by anybody, as Justin George strolls to first base.
Slow roller, and you know what? Next day in the box score, Justin George will like talk to his friends back home and be like, man, did you see that laser base hit I hit to left field?
Yeah.
Scorcher.
Absolutely.
Because it all looks good in the box score.
All looks the same in the box score.
Yeah.
As Justin George now stands on first base, and up to bat is sophomore Porter Pittman.
The well-traveled Porter Pittman with an opportunity with one out. George at first base. And we've seen Coach Watson not afraid to move the runners, and Pittman takes a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike one. So the only thing the Coyotes did wrong in their first game, they missed the extra point.
Right.
You know, so you have to be able to kick the extra points. They settled for 13 runs instead of 14. So Pittman takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 count. Ochoa dialed in, fires, and Pittman laces it out of play on the right side. Quickly goes to 0-2. And all of a sudden, we have a nice night. Opener last week.
Yeah.
That was a cold night.
Cold and chilly and
Yeah.
a breeze to go along with all of that.
And I know I sound whining compared to other places in the country, but once you're in Arizona for a while, your blood thins out. It really does.
Yeah, you get used to it as Justin George is back picked at first, but he reaches safely. The throw is not in time from Ochoa.
Yeah, Ochoa almost threw it down the right field line. Needs to say an 0-2 count on Pittman. And then we go back to the top of the order with Camden Plew, who started the rally in the first with a single to right. 0-2, Pittman looking to do some contact as Ochoa keeps the runner back at first base.
Yeah, clearly an adjustment from last game as the Coyotes once again found success on the base paths. And Ochoa now trying to keep Justin George honest over there at first. But in this situation, if I'm Ochoa, once again, giving Justin George a look back at first. If I'm Ochoa in this situation, 0-2, I'm worried about getting the hitter. And clearly Justin George is on his mind over at first base. So we'll see if Porter Pittman is able to capitalize.
0-2 pitch on Pittman. Shortstop shading towards second base. Second baseman a little bit toward right center. And this one bounces in the dirt. And on his giddy up is Justin George. So as you talked about, maybe right now, Justin George in the mindset of Brandon Ochoa instead of focusing on the hitter.
Right.
And now an opportunity for the Coyotes.
Yep. Yeah, we saw it there as Justin George was able to take second base and took a bit of an awkward dive in there. Definitely going to give him some junk about that after the game. And now Porter Pittman looking to battle his way back into this at bat. 1-2 is the count.
I just want to say, Adam, some players look more smooth than others sliding into the bag.
Right.
Andrew, would you say that's the case? So we have a 2-2 count now on Porter Pittman, who's worked the count even. And right now, Brandon Ochoa, maybe a little bit too much focus on the base runner, is now even the count on Porter. And Porter, a young man who can put the ball in play. 2-2 count. Ochoa looking the runner back. Wind up and delivery. This one's laced foul off the netting on the right side, and we'll do it all over again at 2-2. So good crowd on here. We don't have the blankets. We don't have the heaters. Well, we see one heater, but nothing, not the big monstrosity of blankets and pillows and,
Right.
you know, heavy artillery like we saw last week when it was in the 50s, and every second it felt like you were in 30s the more you were out. So 2-2 count on Porter Pittman. Runner at second is Justin George. Ochoa trying to wiggle out of this one. The delivery. This one fouled off again, and Porter Pittman putting up a battle with 2 strikes.
Absolutely. Porter Pittman is not going to go down without a fight, as Ochoa still seems to be giving his attention to the big and not quite graceful Justin George there at second base. And we'll see if Porter Pittman is able to capitalize as he's battled his way back into this at-bat.
2-2 count. Porter Pittman with the graceful Justin George at second base. This one swung and missed, and that will do it for Porter Pittman. And now we go to the top of the order, and that is Camden Plew. And Plew started the 2-in rally in the first with a nice bit of hitting. A first pitch laser to right center to get the inning going. And Camden Plew, once again, they're giving him the right side. I mean, you name it, he can run a truck right through there. And needs to say, Justin George with an opportunity to potentially score. So Ochoa, 2 outs. George at second base, and now Ochoa with the ugly fake throw to second base. That's not fooling anyone.
No.
And now an opportunity for Camden Plew with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Home team already up 2-0. Ochoa looking in at Nagaki behind the dish.
Seems as though the field umpire has a word with the Chandler Gilbert dugout, perhaps.
And you got to wonder if that was more of a possibly delay of the game on Ochoa. He was been looking Nagaki for a while and back and forth, and now the coaching staff is coming out, and now we're going to get some clarity between the field umpire and Coach Watson. So needs to say Ochoa is being talked to by his coaching staff. Now the home plate umpire is going out and to kind of break up the action to keep the game moving along, because that's what an umpire has to do. But maybe Ochoa and Nagaki weren't on the same page, and maybe they got lost in the signals. And sometimes, Adam, is that safe to say? You know, as a pitcher, you might be getting lost in the course of exactly what you need to do, and time just continues to spiral out of control.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems that Ochoa perhaps unable to handle the fast-paced gameplay of the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes as he looks to deal the 0-0 to Camden Plew, and leg lift pitches on the way.
And bounces one in the dirt, and it's quickly 1-0 on Camden. And Camden, a great at bat the first time up. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, just stroked it to right center. Nice, easy, smooth stroke. And no question, Camden Plew has got some skills in the box.
Absolutely.
2 outs, runner at second, and Plew fouls that one straight back, and it goes to 1-1. Tomorrow, the Coyotes back here taking on the post-grad team, and that is a mixture of great athletes ready to come in and make some noise here at the ballpark. And if you'd like to come out, all the Coyotes fans out there, they'd love to see you right here. 1-1 pitch, and that's a beauty in the outside part of the plate. Now Plew in defensive mode with a 1-2 count. Time tomorrow, a twin bill. First game gets underway at 2, and the nightcap at 5. And then the following week, the 10th, Phoenix College rolls into town. 1-2 pitch on Camden Plew. Runner at second base. Ochoa looking the runner back, winding and delivering, and that is swung on and missed, and that will end the second inning. And the Coyotes strand 1 on 1 hit. No runs after 2. 2-0 Coyotes. We go to the top of the third. Daniel Hutchison, first-year pitcher for the Coyotes, and so far 4 Ks through 2. And Adam, give us the scouting report on Hutch through 2.
I mean, Hutch has looked great. His fastball might be a tick or two down tonight, but, you know, first start of the season, a little bit cold out tonight, and I'm sure as he keeps going through this start, he's going to pick up some velo. But the key for his outing so far has really been establishing that fastball early, getting ahead in the count, and then from there, the hitters are at his disposal.
Stepping into the box is the center fielder, Rain Yoshida. And Yoshida takes low for ball 1. And on this Southwestern Oregon team, several players from Japan.
From Japan, right. You know, I'm not too sure why you'd want to go from Japan to Oregon, but as that ball is dribbled back to Hutchison, he makes the play, and Yoshida will be retired for the first out of the inning.
The 1-3 bounce out. Hutch jumping off that mound like a jungle cat. Big time energy. And retires Yoshida. Stepping into the box is Cody Watanabe, who K'd his first time up. So when I had a chance to talk to Coach Watson, he talked about the strength of this team this year is the pitching staff. And we've seen some good work through the early parts of the season. And anytime you get glimpses of what the rotation and the bullpen looks like, and so far, it's all looking good. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. The Yotes are looking strong so far this year as Hutchison delivers a strike.
outside part of the plate, evens the count at 1 apiece. Hutchison working fast with catcher Eric Anderson. Coyotes playing Watanabe straight away, and this one is bounced to the right side, and a good hop and the throw over, and it's quickly 2 outs. Nice play by the second baseman, Jamison Armstrong. And stepping into the box is Noah Sumbimke, who bounced to short his first time up. So Hutchison doing the job on the mound as Watanabe is retired and now takes aim at Sumbimke. And this one, beautiful strike on the outside part of the plate, and Hutchison really showing some nice movement on the fastball and really good control on the breaking stuff, and great way to start with the off speed on the outside part of the plate. Hutch moving fast. This time he just throws the heater right down Broadway, and Sumbimke fouls it off and quickly 0-2.
Great job by Hutch there, pitching backwards a little bit, starting with the breaker and then going to the fastball. And it seems to have the hitter a little flustered here as Hutchison ahead 0-2 early.
Hutch, 0-2 count with a chance to end the inning. This one is knocked down the left field line. Umpire rules it foul. So we'll do it all over again. A little cue ball shot down that left side. Looked like Hutch came in and just Sumbimke just tried to get a little bit of a barrel on it. Might have got a little handle, needs to say. Punched it through that left side. Ethan Hatch made the attempt. So 0-2 count. Hutch comes right back in. Fastball inside part of the plate. Misses low inside. We go to 1-2.
Competitive pitch there by Hutchison as the count falls to 1-2. Hutchison looking to put away yet another hitter. Already has a good handful of strikeouts tonight.
Hutch locked in, wind up and delivery, and this one is lifted down the left field line, and this is going to be foul out of play as Dante Turgeon giving chase, and the count will remain at 1-2. So Hutch has the batter laid on the fastball. New balls for the home plate umpire to give Hutchison some new weapons to release from the flamethrower. 1-2 count. Sumbimke steps back in. The rock and fire. This one busted on the outside part of the plate. Thunder Dam breaking pitch, and Sumbimke going down looking, and after the top half of the third, Hutchison gets it done again. 2-0 Coyotes. We go to the bottom of the third with Jamison Armstrong stepping in, followed by Tate Lewis and Dante Turgeon. Armstrong's first time up, bounced out 4-3. Brandon Ochoa gave up 2 in the first, settled down a little bit in the second. Now third inning on the bump. Armstrong looking to get the Coyotes going here in the third. First pitch, and that one is taken on the outside part of the plate for ball 1. Armstrong, quality AB, worked the runner Camden Plew into scoring position. And Armstrong at the dish and fouls this one off to the left side, and the count is even at 1 apiece.
JMO with some pop there. That ball, although foul, went quite a ways as he steps in. Count is 1-1.
So the team dusting off all the fall rust with some of these early games, and of course the excitement's building. First league game is next Friday at home, and Armstrong takes a pitch and inside part of the plate. Chris, strike 2. Home plate umpire gave Ochoa the strike, and now it's Armstrong with a battle on a 1-2 hole. Lakers playing Armstrong pretty much straight away. 1-2 pitch. This one's bounced on the outer part of the plate. Count is even at 2-2, and no question for this team. Look, get these wins, build some confidence, and then next week it's all about showing what you can do. Coach Watson talked about this pitching staff. The offense seems to be there. An opportunity for these Coyotes to show what they can do in league play.
Yeah, absolutely. Next week is, for many guys, when the season really starts, as Jamison dribbles that ball to second base, fielded cleanly, and he will be retired for the first out of the inning.
Good bounce out. Hanalei Warren with the throw over to first base, and quickly 1 out, and stepping into the box is the DH, Tate Lewis. Tate Lewis, first time up. Base knock, brought in Camden Plew.
Yeah, Tater Tot Tate stepping back up to the plate. He's had himself a couple of hits on the season thus far, as he takes a healthy hack there on the 0-0 outside fastball.
Ochoa busted that outer part of the plate as Lewis swung and missed. Ochoa working quickly now with Nagaki behind the dish. Lakers playing straight away, and Tate lines one to right, and that is there perfectly for the right fielder, and no question, right fielder Jafari Williams tracked it down easily, and it's quickly 2 outs. And stepping into the batter's box is Dante Turgeon, who bounced to third his first time up.
Yeah, Dante Turgeon with a home run on the day, and he followed that up last game with a mental base running error. So looking to bounce back from that is Turgeon as he prepares for the 0-0, and that ball is batted hard out of play down the first base line. And Turgeon, another D1 bounce back, looking to make his mark on this team, and so far he's done just that.
Fouls one off deep down the right field line. Ochoa ahead of the count, settled in after a rough first, comes back inside, and this one is lifted to short outfield. The second baseman goes back, and you know, Adam, sometimes the lack of communication can ruin any great relationship, and that was the case between the second baseman and center fielder, because in that case, the second baseman, he's drop stepping. He should have the ball because the center fielder is probably another 50 feet back.
Yeah.
Second baseman's got to take charge, or if anything, he steps up, and that way the center fielder can come in and make the play.
Yeah, a bit of a communicative quarrel there between the second baseman and the center fielder as Turgeon winds up safe at first base. And the Yotes might have a little 2-out rally going here as Ryder Hancock steps up to the plate.
Ryder Hancock looking for another hit, RBI in the first. And if you're a pitcher, if you're Ochoa, and you have a chance to end the inning, routine pop-up, you always have to play for the next batter, but in your mind, what are you thinking, Adam?
Right. I mean, you know, you can never show up your fielders, but, you know, in the back of your head, as Ryder grounds that ball to the second baseman and not fielded cleanly as Warren lays out Turgeon with some heads-up base running, going to take third base, and just like that, Ryder Hancock allows the Yotes to extend the inning.
And Hancock with a little cue ball to that right side, and the second baseman who hustled toward the ball, he came almost deep from second base, was Hanalei Warren, and Warren went all out, couldn't make the play. So now the Coyotes with runners at first and third, and once again it starts because of a miscommunication between the second baseman and center fielder. And now the Coyotes with a chance to capitalize with Ethan Hatch at the dish. He struck out his first time up.
Right, and another play where the pitcher's fielders had a chance to make the play, so Ochoa might be feeling like he's out there all alone right now as he steps off and gives a little pump fake to first base.
So runners at the corners with Ethan Hatch stepping in, looking for a base knock and extend this Coyotes lead 2-0 here in the third. Hatch takes a breaking pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Ryder Hancock showing off some dance moves over there at first base. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he took off right here. So keep an eye out for that one as Ethan Hatch steps back in the box.
Ryder Hancock, 2 outs with an opportunity to swipe the bag. 1-0 count at the dish for Ethan Hatch. And we have a delay of game violation. And I think that might have been what we might have saw earlier when the umpire stopped play. The pitching staff, the coaching staff of Southwestern Oregon came out to talk to Brandon Ochoa, and now the umpire rules the delay a game violation.
Right, a bit of confusion the first time, but this time the field umpire was a bit more vocal. And some more confusion as the home plate umpire seemingly wanted to confirm that with the field umpire.
Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. 2-0 count at the dish on Ethan Hatch with an opportunity with a runner in third here in 2 outs. Ochoa, runners at the corners, and this one is scorched to right center, and right there is Jafari Williams, who with the little bit of a circus catch, nonchalantly making the catch in right field, but that is going to do it. The Coyotes strand a couple. We go to the fourth. This one tied at 2. Actually, 2-0 Coyotes. We go to the top of the fourth with the tall, cool one, Daniel Hutchison on the mound. His mom, Jen, and dad, Paulo Hutchison, here this evening. Paulo Hutchison does the live stream for Seton Catholic. He's a tremendous baseball fan, and Jen Hutchison works in the Seton Catholic athletic department, and Jen has a heart of gold. And stepping in to take his hacks against Daniel Hutchison is the lefty, Devin White, who doubled his first time up. Hutch, 5 strikeouts through 3. First pitch, and this one is scorched to right center. Tracking on his horse, and this one's gonna roll to the wall. Devin White on his giddy up, and White, no hesitation, and White slides into third, and the Lakers making some noise here in the fourth with the leadoff triple by Devin White, and scorched that fastball right into the gap.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there. Seemed that Hutch might have left that one just too much over the plate and he paid dearly as the leadoff triple puts him in quite the precarious situation in the top of the fourth.
Stepping in is Anu McCabe, the first baseman, struck out his first time up, takes a strike right over the heart of the plate. So Hutch on the hill with a 2-run lead. Comes right back and brings the heater on the outside part of the plate. Has Eric Anderson dancing, and that evens the count at 1 apiece. And right now, Adam, if you're the pitching coach, give up a leadoff triple. What should Hutch be focusing in on right now?
I mean, when you're as hot as Hutch has been this game, as he deals a nasty slide piece for the second strike of the count, when you're in the situation that Hutch is in where you've been mowing down the enemy team, you know, a leadoff triple shouldn't rattle you too much. And clearly it hasn't, as Hutch right away ahead in this count.
1-2, and comes back with the bender. The throw down to first base by Anderson to retire the first batter. And no question, Hutch's stuff is so good tonight. The bottom line is, forget about the runner third. Focus on your mechanics, focus on the next hitter, and do what you do, and that is flat out dealing.
Absolutely.
So Hutch now with 6 strikeouts, and stepping in is the catcher, Teizo Nagaki, who struck out in the second. Hutch working slowly from rubber, and this one is bunted down the line and out of play, and Nagaki trying to play some small ball to get the runner in. And I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I'm a big proponent of teams in a tight game where pitching is paramount and you're playing good defense. Sometimes you just have to manufacture runs to get on the board.
Absolutely. And the Lakers are unable to do so right there as Hutch deals a fastball that's outside and away, outside and up, I apologize.
Count is 1-1 with White at third base, 1 out. White with the leadoff triple in the right center field gap. Here comes Hutch. This one is scorched down the line. Bender left up over the plate, and now it goes to 1-2. So you're Hutch on the hill. You got a 1-2 count, Adam. What signal are you looking for on the mound?
You know, if I'm Hutch after throwing a slider like that just got hit, and, you know, you have that power fastball, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to lay one on the outside part of the plate here.
1-2 pitch, and that is a slider on the outside part of the plate, and that gets Nagaki swinging for the second out of the inning, and stepping in is the shortstop, Elijah Henning, who doubled his first time up. So the Lakers looking for some 2-out magic, down 2-0 with a leadoff triple, and now they quickly have 2 outs. Hutch with an opportunity to get out of this one comes right back with the filth on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, I mean, you know, looking at Hutch, he couldn't have responded better from that leadoff triple, working efficiently and effectively, quickly mustering 2 outs for the Coyotes, and starting off this at-bat with a beautiful first pitch strike as that ball is driven over the second baseman's head, and Ryder Hancock will field it, but the runner is going to score, and the Southwest Oregon Lakers managed to cut the Coyotes' lead in half.
Elijah Henning with the good 2-out piece of hitting on the fastball, little cue shot right over the second baseman. The run comes in, and checking in is Jafari Williams, who K'd his first time up. So 1 run in, the lead is cut in half, and Williams with an opportunity with a runner at first. Hutch, high fastball as Anderson looks the runner back at first base. Williams locked in, count in his favor. Can be selective. Big bender right over the plate. Anderson shows the hose down to first base, and we quickly go to 1-1.
Yeah, Anderson not at all afraid of showing off his cannon behind the dish.
I love a catcher who's not afraid to show, look, this is what I have in my arsenal. Try me, right? And I love that kind of moxie behind the plate.
Yeah.
So Hutch on the hill, 1-1 count. Runner at first, 2 outs. Comes right back with a bender, and that locks up Jafari Williams, and it quickly goes to 1-2. So we talked about that last plate appearance when Hutch had the count in his favor. Now he's got 1-2, thrown 2 benders. Had Williams fooled? Does he stick with the bender here?
You know, with the success that he's been seeing from that slider, why not triple up here if you're Hutch, as the 1-2 is on the way, and he delivers the slider for the 3rd out, and that will bring us into the bottom of the 4th.
So a good inning for the Lakers. 1 run on 2 hits. They cut the Coyotes' lead in half. We go to the bottom of the 4th with the Coyotes up 2-1. We go to the bottom of the 4th with Brandon Ochoa, the right-hander, about to embark on his 4th inning of work so far. Giving up 2 runs on 5 hits with 4 Ks. The bulk of that damage in the first, but Adam, after that, right-handers kind of settle down.
Yeah, absolutely. He seemingly has found his groove here, and the Lakers are finally sending someone down to the bullpen.
And starting the inning for the Coyotes is the catcher, Eric Anderson, Cade in the 2nd, getting his 2nd look at Brandon Ochoa. Ochoa winds and delivers a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Good delivery, good motion as Anderson locked in, looking to get a better hack the 2nd time around. Some activity, as Adam just mentioned, in the far right side of the field for the Lakers. Ochoa delivers, and that one's low over the middle of the plate for ball 1. So another doubleheader tomorrow, and then the team's rested for the weekend, and then you guys get right back, and the intensity picks up for next week.
Yeah, some much-needed rest coming up here soon for the Coyotes after starting off the season red hot. Already picked up 4 in a row, looking to make it 5 here.
2-1 count on Eric Anderson. Ochoa winding, and this one waves and misses, and that goes to a 2-2 count. Anderson, the general behind the plate for the Coyotes. Now in defensive mode with a 2-2 count. Ochoa from the stretch. Slider on the inside part of the play, and that was a beauty, locking up. Anderson swings and misses for the 1st out of the inning. Stepping in, Justin George, who singled his 1st time up. So you got to really like the composure, what you're seeing from Ochoa. That 1st inning, he was everywhere and missing with his location. Now he's got a good control of the breaking pitch, spotting that 1st pitch fastball on the inner and outer part of the plate. He's dialed it in.
Yeah, so far this season, once the Yotes have gotten to a pitcher, they haven't been able to recover, but Ochoa seemingly flipping the script, as after letting up 2 runs, he's been almost perfect against the Coyote offense.
So George takes a ball on the outside part of the plate. 2nd pitch coming from Ochoa. This one, fastball, blisters the outside part of the plate, and we go to 1-1. And now some of the fans that can't handle the cold weather are bringing blankets and jackets. And I've been told one of those blankets were for me, and that's so nice. And this one is scorched down the right field line and quickly goes to 1-2 on Justin George, the big first baseman. So Ochoa, after a rough first, has dialed it in. Southwestern Oregon Community College, the Lakers. And that is a beautiful slide on the outer part of the plate and the throw down to first base. And that hits Justin George. So you got to give the catcher an error. And Justin George give Ochoa the strikeout, but needs to say, once again, some faulty fielding by the Lakers. And Justin George and the Coyotes have something going here in the fourth.
Yeah, Justin George, being the tank that he is, not even going to give that one a rub. And he stands atop first base as Porter Pittman steps up to the plate.
So that ball should have been thrown on the inside part of the bag, and instead it was thrown in the middle of the bag and hits George. And stepping in is Porter Pittman. Pittman Cade his first time up. Second look at Ochoa and takes a fastball on the outer part of the plate.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a bad throw by the catcher. It was right down the middle of the bag, but coincidentally, Justin George happened to be there also. So he stands now taking his lead at first.
So one out with Pittman, and Pittman fouls one back and quickly goes to 0-2. Coyotes started this day in grand fashion, 13-7 with a 7-run third inning. Good way to get the day going. A big offensive onslaught. And now here they are in a nail-biter in the nightcap. Porter Pittman, 0-2 pitch awaiting. Fastball on the outer part of the plate, gets away from Nagaki. And you know what, for Ochoa, you have a pitch that's close, and if the catcher frames it perfectly, you might get the call. But once that ball's past the catcher on the pass ball, the pitcher's never going to get that call.
No, never. And mishandled there by Nagaki, I'm sure will cause Ochoa some frustration, as his defense has almost been letting him down so far tonight. And, you know, rallies start with little things like that. So now that Porter Pittman has a runner in scoring position.
1-2 pitch, and that's a nice bender, and that locks up Porter Pittman. Brandon Ochoa with the big-time bender for the second out of the inning, and stepping up to the dish is Camden Blue. Singled in the first, Cade in the second. 2 outs with an opportunity with Justin George at second base. So Ochoa with 3 strikeouts already in this inning. Had 4 coming in, now 7 on the night. Blue, and he takes a big bender on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, it seems as this game has been developing, Ochoa has been getting more and more comfortable with that slider, and it's proven to be quite the task for the Chandler Gilbert offense to adjust to, as the 0-1 is on the way to Camden Blue.
And that one misses low on the outer part of the plate for ball 1. And once again, the Lakers second baseman trying to keep Justin George close. So that right side is wide open. If Plu can just take one on the outer part of the plate and punch it over there, he's going to walk to first base. 1-1 pitch. That's a bender inside part of the plate. Nagaki keeps it in front of him, keeps the runner at second base, and it goes to 2-1.
Yeah, that ball didn't get far enough away from Nagaki for Justin to want to take off, and he plays it safe there, staying home over at second.
So Ochoa trying to work his way out of this frame, and Camden Plu trying to extend it for the Coyotes. 2-1 pitch on the way. Fastball on the outer part of the plate, and give Nagaki a little credit, framed that one beautifully.
Yeah, stole a strike there for his pitcher, perhaps making up for his mistake earlier, which led to Justin George stealing second, as the 2-2 pitch to Plu is
Ochoa
on the way.
comes back with the slide on the outer part of the plate, and that goes to 3-2. So Plu at the dish, 3-2 count. As they say, anything close, got to protect the plate.
Yeah, and Plu is not looking for a walk here. That's for sure. With a runner in scoring position, I wouldn't rather have any hitter in this lineup right now than Camden Plu.
Plu, Bender, and he is locked up, and Brandon Ochoa with an impressive fourth inning. 4 strikeouts in the frame as we go to the 5th with the Coyotes clinging to a 2-1 lead. So we go to the top of the 5th, and all of a sudden, we've settled into a pitcher's duel. Brandon Ochoa, after giving up 2 in the first, has settled in nicely. And Daniel Hutchison has given up 1 run through 4, and stepping in for the Lakers is Hanalei Warren, who bounced out to short his first time up. So Hutch, inning number 5. The Chandler High product, and he starts the 5th in a good way.
Yeah, chops off Warren there. Great first pitch.
Sealed him up on the inside part of the plate, locked up Warren, so quickly goes to 0-1. Coyotes playing Warren straight away. Beautiful night for baseball. In the 50s, nothing too miserable. Hutch comes right back with a slider on the inside part of the plate, goes to 1-1. Hutch, the rookie out of Chandler High, locally right down the road off Arizona Avenue, and Hutch comes right back. Fastball is high, and it goes to 2-1 on Warren.
Hutch taking his time up there, taking a deep breath and resetting. You know, after falling behind in the count, he's got to look to throw a strike here, and I bet it's going to be that breaker.
Comes right back with a fastball in the outer part of the plate, and Anderson does a nice job, and it goes to 2-2. So Hutch trying to steal this at-bat back after falling behind 2-1 and working quickly. 2-2 count to Warren. Here it is. Bender on the outside part of the plate, and it goes to 3-2. And Adam, you know Coach Watson, here we are in the 5th. Is Hutch in his first time out, any kind of pitch count that he might be on?
Yeah, I mean, Hutch might be getting close to the end of his night as that 3-2 pitch is fouled off by Warren. You know, for a freshman first outing of his college career, he doesn't really have to extend. And after a performance like tonight, he's in good standing with in terms of the Chandler Gilbert pitching roster.
3-2 count. Here it is. And that one is taken low and outside, and Warren hustles his way down after a quality AB. So Hutch starts the inning with a leadoff walk to Warren, and stepping in is Rain Yoshida, the center fielder. Bounced out to Hutch his first time up. And Yoshida will talk to the third base coach, and who's also conversing with the home plate umpire. Have a pinch runner for And stepping in, pinch running, is Daniel Wagner. Wagner from Washington, Skyline High, freshman, 5'8". And Rain Yoshida looking to do some work against Hutch after the quality AB by Warren to start the fifth. Hutch throws over.
Good move there by Hutch. Doing his best to keep the runner honest, and in a close game like this, that is absolutely paramount.
Hutch looks the runner's back. Winds and delivers, and this is a little small ball right back to Hutch. Throws a bullet over to first base. Gotta like it when your pitcher can field his position. That is a quality putout. But Yoshida with a quality team play, sacrifice, gives himself up, moves the runner over. Now the Lakers with an opportunity to tie this one. And stepping into the dish is Cody Watanabe. Cade his first time up, bounced to second in the third. So he gets his third look at Hutch. And Adam, as you go through a lineup like Hutch is, as throws down to second base, do you try to give the batter a different look that second, that third time up so they can't expect the same kind of pitch sequence?
Yeah, you almost have to if you want to be successful. And you have to not only switch it up from what you've been giving that hitter, but also the rest of the hitters. Because one thing is certain, the hitters in the dugout are talking about what they're seeing. And we have a quick break in the action here as Waddy is going to call time. It seems as though the shortstop, Camden Plew, might be...
Looks like Plew might have potentially hurt his right leg in some way, shape, or form. Maybe a little bit of a strain on the ankle, per se, as he walks out. And talking to Camden Plew right now, a little break in the action.
And during this break in the action, I'd like to give a quick shout out to my mom and dad, Mary and Angelo. Thank you for tuning in. I know that you guys are watching right now, so.
And where are they?
They're actually in Mexico right now, so I hope you guys are enjoying your vacation. And I'll see you soon.
Oh, they at Rocky Point?
Rocky Point.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And here we are in the broadcasting booth.
How's the weather
freezing
there?
Cold. Yeah, it's not this cold.
How's the weather in Rocky Point, though? Did they give you a temperature gauge of what the weather's like there right now?
I think it's a little bit colder than it is here, actually. But back to the action we go as Hutch deals a nasty slider in there for a strike.
Yeah, Hutch comes right back and shows no hesitation going to the off-speed against Cody Watanabe. Quickly 0-1 with the runner at second base. On deck, Noah Sumbunke comes back with a fastball inside, misses, goes to 1-1. Appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. Joe Pequeno, along with Adam Perry, as well as Andrew Fury from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and all the great Coyotes out there watching. And Hutch comes high and tight and blisters the fastball past Cody Watanabe, and he quickly goes to 1-2.
Yeah, that fastball has been Hutch's key to success tonight, absolutely. And he finds himself once again ahead in the count, 1-2 on Watanabe.
Warren started the inning with a walk, and this one bounced foul through the right side. Rain Yoshida on the sacrifice to get Warren to second base, and here we are with Cody Watanabe. Hutch, 1-2 count. Watanabe.
Oh.
And this one just keeping the second baseman alert.
Yeah.
This one just tossed over. They call that here in Hutch's head. That's the Chandler Wolves play that Coach Watson never wants to see again.
Right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a balk, but uncalled by the field umpire. And Hutch delivers a fastball that's high and in as Watanabe is able to equalize here. 2-2 is the count.
2-2 count. Runner at second is Hanalei Warren, who walked after a really good at-bat to start this frame. Hutch dials in, and this one blown right by Watanabe for the strikeout. Big strikeout by the right-hander. Stepping in is Noah Sumike, who grounded out to short and struck out in the third. And now Hutch with an opportunity to work his way out of this frame. And the young man from Chandler High, right down the road, Arizona product, showing some poise after giving up the leadoff walk. Winds and delivers, and this one is scorched to center and coming in quickly and making the diving catch in center. Porter Pittman. Gotta love the running rawhide, and that ends the top of the fifth. No runs, no hits, one stranded. Coyotes coming to bat in the bottom of the half, leading 2-1. So we go to the bottom of the fifth with a new pitcher on the hill for the Lakers, and that is right-hander number 7, Mahiro Tormita, a freshman from Japan. And we close the books on Brandon Ochoa. And Ochoa, after giving up 2 runs on 3 hits in the first, really locked it down. Finished with 5 hits allowed, 2 runs, and a bevy of strikeouts.
Yeah, fantastic performance from Hutch.
8 strikeouts for Ochoa as the bunt is laid down, throw over, and good pick by the first baseman, and Nagaki with the bullet. Quality glove work on both ends, and that retires the first batter of the inning for the Coyotes, and stepping in is Tate Lewis. So Jameson tried to lay one down, and Nagaki came up quickly out of the catcher stance and threw a bullet down, and now Lewis steps in. RBI double in the first.
Ooh, nice bender there for the first pitch in the at-bat. Going to follow in for a strike as Tater Tot Lewis looks to start off the Yotes here.
Lewis flew out his second time up and swings and misses there. So quickly, the right-hander working quickly with Nagaki behind the dish, and Tate Lewis with no runners on here in the fifth. That's a bender that misses on the outer part of the plate. Lewis patient, laid off of it, showing some poise underneath the lights right here at Chandler Gilbert. So glad you can join us on a Thursday night from off Pecos and Chandler. This one scorched and out of play, and Lewis stays alive. tight one after a 13-7 slugfest in the first. All of a sudden, pitchers have locked it down here in the nightcap.
Yeah, it seems as the Southwest Oregon pitchers have answered as Tate Lewis is rung up on an inside fastball, which he wanted no part of. And now coming up to bat is number 13, Dante Turgeon.
Turgeon, who bounced out to third his first time up, then singled in the third. And so first we've seen Ochoa lock it down, and now it's Tormito coming in and doing a nice job on the hill. Throws a bender, and that one is a beauty. Turgeon frozen on it quickly, 0-1. Southwestern Oregon Community College coming in, and fastball taken high with an opportunity to leave with a victory here potentially. Mahira Tormita on the mound trying to continue the good pitching after Ochoa settled down after a rough first with a 2-1 count. Already 2 outs here in the 5th. Turgeon at the dish looking to stay alive, and Tormita steps off the rubber, gets back on. Lakers playing him straight away. Wind up and delivery. This one is scorched out of play, heading toward the construction area just outside the ballpark. Now we've got some blankets, we've got some jackets on here at Chandler Gilbert. Mahiro working quickly. 2-2 pitch, and that one is just a defensive swing, but a good one. Fouls it off to the right side. That was a little bit of a breaking pitch, and Turgeon just fouled it off that right side to stay alive, and another second to battle in the box against the new right-hander. 2-2 pitch. This one a breaker, and once again Turgeon fighting it off and making the right-hander work. And eventually Turgeon just at that dish hopefully finds one he can handle, and maybe Turgeon misses in the wrong spot and Turgeon punches it back the other way for a base knock.
Right. This kid has power to all fields, and he's being pitched all over the plate as that ball
is scorched down the right field line, giving chase and will not get to it. And they rule that a fair ball. Turgeon will stand up into second with a 2-out double. A bomb down the right field line to the warning track that Jafari Williams could not track down, and a good piece of 2-out hitting. And stepping up to the plate, Ryder Hancock, the charging Canadian, with an opportunity.
Yeah, as I was saying, Dante Turgeon power to all fields, and man, he laid some wood on that ball as Mahiro Tomita almost allowed his first run of his appearance. And Tomita, sporting a very traditional Japanese pitching motion, is always fun to watch from a pitching perspective. I'm almost a bit of a geek when it comes to mechanics, so fun to watch for sure.
And it's okay for one pitcher to admire another pitcher.
Of course, of course, of course.
Hancock with a base hit in the first, and then a ugly, call it a beautiful box score infield hit the next time up. So he's have a perfect night going. A third hit would bring in the third run of the game for the Coyotes. 1-0 pitch, and this one, high chopper, and Hancock's got wheels, second baseman. Kind of the ugly, nonchalant throw over, but that does the damage. So Coyotes strand a runner on the 2-out double by Turgeon. We go to the 6th. It remains 2-1 home team. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. New pitcher on the hill for the Coyotes. Right-hander Jonah Johnson steps in, and the book is closed shut on starter Daniel Hutchison. And Adam, a good start for the freshman. 9 Ks, scatters 4 hits and 1 run in 5 innings of work.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that for your first college appearance, and you can't ask for much more of a starter than that, as Jonah Johnson is in for relief, and a beautiful changeup there, getting the swing.
So stepping into the dish is Devin White. Last time up, ripped a triple in the right center field gap, and Johnson working quickly and gets him to foul off the pitch. So give us the kind of the scouting report on Jonah Johnson on the hill.
Yeah, Jonah sports a high 80s fastball, a nasty breaker, and a changeup. And as he blows a high fastball by White there and records the first out of the inning, Jonah's best pitch undoubtedly is his curveball. I mean, that thing literally falls off the table, comes out of the same tunnel as his fastball, and I'm sure we're going to see it all night.
So stepping in the dish is Anu McCabe. Struck out in the first, struck out in the fourth. Takes a big bender, misses on the inside part of the plate. So Coach Watson wheeling and dealing with his bullpen, giving numerous opportunities. And Johnson coming in a key role here with a 1-run lead. Misses on the first pitch, fires a dagger on the outside part of the plate to even the count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, Jonah, a true freshman, same as Hutch, stepping into this big role tonight and delivering thus far as that blistering fastball catches the inside corner, bringing us to a 1-2 count.
And all I have to say on that is mercy. Blistering fastball on the inside part of the plate. 1-2 pitch. Johnson fires, and that's a big bender, and that is scorched down the left field line. On his giddy up is McCabe heading towards second base, and he'll go in standing, and the ball is thrown back in, and McCabe with a good piece of 2-strike hitting. So now the Lakers with an opportunity as McCabe comes up with the 1-out double. Stepping in the box, Teizo Nagaki struck out twice. So Johnson facing a little bit of adversity here in the 6th. And that first pitch is high for ball 1. So we'll see how the right-hander responds. So comes in after Hutch with a strong first outing. And Nagaki with a very defensive swing on that inside part of the plate. Could have been a little bit more patient as that ball looked like it could have been taken for ball 2.
Yeah, some good tail on that pitch, though. And it was enough to draw the swing as Jonah looks to deal the 1-1.
1-1 pitch and just blows it right by Nagaki, and it goes to 1-2. McCabe with the 1-out double down the left field line. Nagaki with an opportunity. Johnson, Anderson setting up on the outer part of the plate. 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside. It goes to 2-2. So Adams, so far Nagaki's been ineffective at the dish. 2-2 pitch. What are you looking for from Johnson here to neutralize Nagaki?
Right, for Jonah, his curveball just got laced, so I would go fastball here as he goes to the curve, and it's dribbled over Jamison Armstrong's head, and that will bring in the 1-out double. And just like that, the Southwest Oregon Lakers have equalized, and this game is all tied up at 2.
So Johnson went for the bender instead for the fastball on the outside part of the play. Nagaki, who's been ineffective so far, just put a little bat on the ball, over the second baseman's head, and McCabe comes in, and we are knotted at 2, and stepping in now is Elijah Henning. Doubled in the first, singled in the fourth. Takes a fastball on the outside part of the plate for ball 1. So some good hitting here by the Lakers, and the team from Oregon trying to make some noise here in Arizona. Fastball inside part of the plate taken for ball 2.
That one reads at 106.7. Not too sure about that one, although Jonah does have quite the cannon.
I could feel the breeze off that last fastball, so maybe it was 106.
Who knows?
Johnson rocks and delivers, and this one scorched through the right side. And all of a sudden, the Lakers with some damage here with runners at first and second. With only 1 out, and stepping in is Jafari Williams. And Williams looking for some redemption after striking out his first 2 times up. And John Watson going out to talk to his right-hander. And we'll take a short timeout here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. So John Watson with his making that appearance on the mound, and I've been given a red jacket as well. And I'm going to put it on. Sure, why not?
Yeah, it's getting to that part of the night where a couple layers are almost necessary out here.
Soon enough, we'll see the icebergs working their way off Pecos, as well as the polar bears running around South Chandler. So needless to say, Jafari Williams with an opportunity to take his hacks against Johnson, who's got runners at first and second. And Johnson throws the heater on the outside part of the plate high for ball 1.
Yeah, Johnson's struggling a little bit here, and it all starts with establishing that first pitch fastball strike, which he has been unable to do as the 1-0 pitch is on the way.
And give some credit to Anderson on that. Good framing on the outside part of the plate. Might have stole that one to even the count at 1 apiece. So the Lakers, after falling behind 2-0, rally for 1 in the 4th and 1 here in the 6th. Johnson, 1-1 count, comes with a bender, and that one is a beaut.
Yeah,
locks up Williams, and it goes to 1-2.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter pitch right there. And it's a bit unfortunate to see it making its appearance this far into Jonah's outing. But if he can replicate that, he should be all right and be able to work his way out of this mess.
Jonah Johnson, Colorado Springs from Village High School, and blows the fastball past Jafari Williams. And there's 2 outs here in the 6th. And stepping into the dish, Hanalei Warren. Warren grounded out to short, and a walk in the 5th.
High pressure situation here for the freshman Jonah, and he seems to be handling it gracefully.
And actually, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Able to stifle Jafari there. And now up to bat is number 20.
A pinch hitter, and that is Rui Yamashita stepping in. Yamashita from Japan as well. So a lot of players from the other parts of the world on this Southwestern Oregon Community College team. And Johnson talking some things over with Anderson. And as a right-hander steps into the box, and Johnson trying to work his way out of this frame. Lakers have tied it, making some sixth inning noise. Started on the double by Anu McCabe. Teizo Nagaki on a 2-2 count. Base knock over the second baseman, which tied it. Runners now at first and second.
Jonah wheels and deals. High fastball blown right by Yamashita. And a great start to this at-bat for Jonah. Establishing the fastball early. Now he has room to play with his breaker.
0-1 count to Yamashita. Johnson comes right back with a fastball. And no question, that was the heater right down the heart of the plate. And Yamashita is also given a big hole through that right side. And Yamashita just looking for a little cue shot here to give the Lakers a lead. And Johnson working quickly in his own 0-2 pitch. And that one is high. And Yamashita lays off, and it goes to 1-2. So Yamashita just looking to make some contact, and Johnson all of a sudden, he's got the adrenaline pumping, trying to get out of this frame and keep this one even at 2 apiece. 1-2 pitch on Yamashita. Johnson dialed in the delivery. Breaker on the outside part of the play. Yamashita lays off. That was nasty. Could have easily chased, showed some poise, laying off, and it goes to 2-2.
2-2. This is a huge pitch here for Jonah. Don't want to fall behind in this count that you started up 0-2. And the payoff pitch from Jonah Johnson is on the way.
Fastball blows it right past Yamashita, and that ends the frame. But the damage is done. The Lakers tie it, and we go to the bottom of the 6th, even Steven at 2 apiece. So Southwestern Oregon brings a new pitcher to the hill, and that is Andrew Rutariak, the right-hander, sophomore from California, West Hills. And stepping into the dish for Chandler Gilbert, Ethan Hatch. Hatch Cade in the first, flew out to right field. Second time up, this one a high chopper, bouncing over the shortstop. Bang, bang play, and nice put out by the shortstop. A great throw over and some great glove work by the Lakers to start the bottom of the 6th. Give credit on that defensive play. Elijah Henning rolling to his right, coming up. Good quality glove work.
Yeah,
Quickly, one out.
Elijah Henning has been clean all day today over there at shortstop. And stepping up to the plate now, Eric Anderson.
Anderson
Flashes bunt, pulls back in time, and that's going to be ball one.
has Cade both times up, looking for some redemption in his third at bat here against the Lakers in the 6th. So now we're even Steven at 2 apiece, and the Lakers have shown they've got some arsenals in that rotation as Anderson skies one out of play, and that's going to head toward the softball field.
Yeah, the Lakers have shown some resiliency here tonight, unwavering in their motive after, coming up short the first game by a wide margin. They've been giving the Yotes a tough game tonight in the nightcap as Anderson prepares for the 1-1, and that's going to be in there for a strike, a nasty bender. Not what Anderson was looking for, and he holds.
Great pitch on the outside part of the plate, and working quickly is Rudiak, and gets Anderson sitting down. And stepping up to the plate is Justin George, and George singled his first time up. Cade and got on the error by the catcher. So now the Lakers, after a rocky first by Brandon Ochoa, bringing some guns out of the bullpen, and they're firing some gas, and that's a nasty little bit of a sidearm fastball right there, and
yeah,
Justin George swings right through it.
Yeah, anytime a pitcher can mix up the arm slots, it makes it that much harder for the hitter to adjust, as Justin George doesn't like that one. And in there again for a strike is a similar pitch. And quickly, Justin George has fallen behind 0-2 in this count.
And correction, Andrew Rudovic on the hill. And this one is sky to right, giving chase, and making the play is the second baseman with a quality glove work, and that was some great leather on the run by Hanalei Warren to end the bottom of the 6th. So we go to the 7th, even Steven at 2 apiece. So we go to the top of the 7th. Jonah Johnson in his second inning of work, and Rain Yoshida stepping in. Bounced out to Hutchinson first time up, sacrificed in the 5th. And Johnson now into his second inning of work and looking to get off a quick start with this game tied at 2. Johnson rocks and delivers and throws the fastball right by Yoshida quickly for strike 1.
Yeah, Jonah looking ferocious up there. Perhaps trying to flip the script in comparison to how we started off last inning. He started off shakily, but was able to recover.
0-1 count. This one fouled off. Good pitch, jamming Yoshida on the inside part of the plate. And once again, we've seen Johnson now work the outside part of the plate, come in with control, and really make the batter work on the inner half of the plate.
Yeah, absolutely. And now would be a good time to drop that world ender in there. but he goes with the high fastball and doesn't get a bite.
Tried to get Yoshida to chase, lays off of it. It goes to 1-2. On deck is Cody Watanabe. And that's a big bender. And Yoshida fouls it off to stay alive. Remains a 1-2 count. Here in the 7th inning, a game that's flown by. That last inning, that last half was about a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch from Johnson, and that blisters the outside part of the plate. And Yoshida catching the game and going back to the bench. Stepping in, Cody Watanabe. Cade in the first, bounce to second and third, and Cade in the 5th. Watanabe getting his first look at Johnson, and Johnson winding and delivering, and took something off, a little of a change up there. Adam.
Yeah, nasty little change piece there from Jonah, and a great way to start off the at-bat because he hasn't shown that much first pitch tonight, and it's successful there as he's already ahead 0-1.
Comes back right with a fastball, tailing on the outside part of the plate, and it's quickly 0-2 on Watanabe.
Jonah wasting no time, already back on the bump and wheeling and dealing the 0-2. Tripled up, same pitch, same spot.
Outside part of the plate, taken for ball 1, and Jonah moving quickly. He's got movie tickets to go see Megan at 9:30 at Harkins and Chandler. He wants that hot popcorn, so needs to say 1-2 pitch. This one bounced to the right side, and George giving chase out of play, and we'll do it all over again.
Yeah, Jonah Johnson definitely picked up his slack from last inning. Started off slow, seemed a little shaky on the bump, but, you know, that's almost expected when you have a freshman in their first outing. Obviously, Hutchison didn't show any of that tonight, but Jonah able to make the adjustments and dealing the 1-2 fastball, and that will be ball number 2.
Maybe overthrew him that pitch a little bit. No question, you're a freshman, you're coming in, you got the adrenaline, you want to impress everyone, you want to do a good job, and sometimes your nerves are just a little too riled up. So now a 2-2 pitch on Watanabe with 1 out here. And that hits Watanabe, and no question, Johnson, that's a pitch he might regret later in this frame, as he now has to try to work his way out with a 1-out hit batter at first base with good speed.
Yeah, anytime when you're on the bump and you hit a batter when you have 2 strikes on them, it's always a bit demoralizing, as Jonah now with 1 out and a runner on first will look to change the tide as the Lakers are able to put a man on first base.
No, and Summer K steps up, grounded to short, Cade, and flew out to center. Takes a strike, looking quickly 0-1. Summer K from Hawaii. Bounces 1, giving chase, and a little cue ball shot, and that's gonna bang, bang play, and Summer K beats it out. So now you've got the Lakers making some noise.
Yeah, Jonah wasn't able to successfully predict the hop on that ball. It seems like it almost took a hop he wasn't expecting, and he wasn't able to make the play in time. Now, number 24, White is up to bat.
And Devin White's had a good night. Doubled in the first, tripled in the 4th. Cade in the 6th. He's 2 for 3 in the night. He's got power to all fields. Johnson has to be careful here. Starts him in with a bender and inside part of the plate. Chases White off the plate for ball 1.
And Eric Anderson is just a wall back there, making a great play, some great defensive work. And that's always good to see as a pitcher.
And Adam, make no mistake, White is in the heart of that line. He's the 3-hole hitter. He is not laying down a bunt. He's swinging away here.
Yeah.
If he gets a pitch, he can handle. And he got one, green light, outer part of the plate, and fouls it off. And it goes to 1-1. He's the lumber. He's the Laker that makes the team go, and he's in that 3-hole for a reason. He can provide the spark. He can provide the big hits, and he's got an opportunity to put the Lakers ahead here in the 7th. 2 runners on. Johnson on the hill. White at the dish. The pitch. Taken outside, and he goes to ball 2. 2-1 on Devin White. 2 for 3 on the night. Runners at first and second with 1 out.
Jonah taking a breath and resetting.
Johnson has to be careful here to Devin White. 2-2 pitch, and this one sky to center. Coming in quickly and making the great catch in center. Can't say enough about the effort in center field by Porter Pittman on his giddy up and tracking it down. That one brought down Rain, and Pittman, DEFCON 1, full throttle to make the catch and save this one from a Laker lead.
Yeah, when you're on the bump and one of your defenders makes a hustle play like that, I mean, you get a boost of energy and a boost of confidence. So Jonah's looking to start off this batter hot.
McCabe struck out his first 2 times up, then doubled his last time up down the left field line and scored to tie this one up. Takes a strike down the heart of the plate. Goes to 0-1. Appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. All the great Coyotes fans out there, and McCabe providing a fresh breeze off the swing and miss. And it quickly goes to 0-2.
I think we have enough breeze tonight. He can keep that one to himself.
Yeah, it's starting, temperatures starting to chill a little bit here.
Yeah.
Once again, we've made it quite clear we're not a fan of the breezy Arctic temperatures. And
not at all.
And Anderson tried to lock that one up and freeze as the runners take off and steal second and third. So now a little bingo could potentially get 2 runners in. And that was close, and McCabe very close. And that Chandler Gilbert dugout wanted that one called. Johnson, 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Fastball is high, and that Lakers bench, they're loud and proud on that side.
Making some noise, perhaps trying to rattle Jonah a little bit. I mean, this is undoubtedly the biggest moment of his college career so far. And, you know, a pressure situation like this, tie ball game, runners in scoring position, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
2-2 count. Here comes Johnson against McCabe.
Yeah.
And make that a 3-2 count, and he draws the walk. So they are stacked and packed. So stepping in, Teizo Nagaki. Cade in the second, Cade in the fourth, and drove in the tying run in the 6th.
We have a bit of a confrontation here. The Chandler Gilbert dugout is claiming that the umpire flashed 2-2 and not 3-2 before that last pitch. And the field umpire.
And that's what I thought the count was as well.
Yeah, so did I.
So here we're going to get some clarification. And at this point, you know, give the umpires give them some leniency. Everyone's human.
Right.
Look, we don't have coffee around the dugouts.
Right.
There's no caffeine being served. There's no Red Bull or whatever the flavor of the day is. And now they are talking it over, and it remains as is.
And Jonah Johnson going to have to look deep within here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, tie game, top of the 7th. You can't write it better than this, ladies and gentlemen.
Nagaki could be the hero, and Johnson could be the hero stepping off the mound. And that's a fastball, and that one blisters the outside part of the play. Nagaki takes it for a strike on the outside corner.
Perhaps Jonah's fastest pitch of the night at a blistering 88.3. And the situation absolutely calls for it as Jonah wheeling and dealing the 0-1.
Misses with the bender on the outside part of the plate as Anderson looks the runner back at third. And look, Nagaki's not going to be that gap shot kind of guy. He's going to be that guy who's going to just try to place the ball in little gaps through the infield. And Johnson's just got to find the plate, not overthrow, find the heart of the plate.
Absolutely.
1-1 pitch. And that one right down the heart of the plate. And it goes to strike two. And all of a sudden, the adrenaline picking up in the stands as well.
The goosebumps are
Bases stacked.
are forming. Not sure if it's from the weather or the situation.
Combination of both. 1-2 count for Johnson against the catcher. This one fouled off to the right side into the Lakers dugout. And that wakes up everyone as Nagaki gave his dugout a wake-up call. So we'll do it again. Nagaki singled his last time up, brought in the tying run. 1-2 pitch. Johnson, bases loaded. Here it is. Fastball misses on the outside part of the plate as Anderson tried to frame it and could not.
Yeah.
Give it.
Both dugouts here are absolutely electric right now. And Jonah Johnson is doing a great job of keeping his composure on the mound, trying to work out of this tough situation. 2-2 is the count.
Coyotes have Nagaki slightly shaded right center as Johnson steps off the rubber. They are stacked and packed, nowhere to put them. It's got to find the plate. Make Nagaki make contact. 2-2 pitch from Johnson. Here it is. And blows the fastball past Nagaki. And Johnson all fired up as he steps off the mound. And we have drama. And now it's time for drama at the dish as the home team with an opportunity to win it in the bottom of the seventh. So we go to the bottom of the seventh, and stepping in for the Coyotes is number 22, Porter Pittman. Struck out both times, facing Andrew Riddick on the mound. Hard throwing right-hander. Porter Pittman looking to get the Coyotes started in a big way, and this one is popped out of play down the right field line. First game was all about offense. This one all about pitching and defense.
Yeah.
And Adam, you're a guy who wheels and deals on the mound, so you have to appreciate the the pitcher's getting the upper hand in the nightcap.
Right. Some people might say that this is a boring style of baseball, but man, for me, this is awesome. As Porter Pittman lays down a beautiful bunt, trying to beat it out, and the throw is made in time, fielded cleanly by the pitcher, number 15.
Riddick getting off the hill quickly, moving nimble. He's got ninja skills and showed him there quickly on the put out 1-3, and stepping in, we go to Camden Plew. Single to the first, and Cade his last 2 times up, looking to make some noise in his 4th AB. Riddick fires a fastball on the outside part of the plate. And I got to give Paulo Hutchinson some love, because earlier he brought the big heavy jacket and I was kind of like mocking it.
Yeah.
And he's like, he got it for me. And now I'm wearing it, and I got to admit, I'm toasty.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish Paulo brought one for me too, but, you know, we can't all be Paulo's favorite.
Yeah.
So
Paulo fresh from Ohio, where it took him about 4 hours to thaw from the Arctic temperatures there.
yeah.
Riddick missing high. It's Camden Plew trying to work his way on. Saw Jonah Johnson escape that top half, leaving the bases stranded, and Riddick overthrows, and now it's 3 balls on Plew. And this is a situation where, look, just get on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play small ball, work any way. It's all about playing station to station right now.
Absolutely. And Plew can absolutely play that kind of baseball.
Plew at the dish, and skies one to right. Jafari Williams giving chase down that right field line, and Williams makes the nice running catch, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. And quality glove work by the right side of the Lakers defense. We saw it in the last inning, courtesy of Hanalei Warren on that pop-up to right, and then Jafari Williams skying down that right field line for out number 2. Stepping in, Jameson Armstrong bounced out to second, bounced out to second. Second time up, and grounded out his 3rd. Riddick winds and delivers. Fastball misses on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. So give the Lakers a lot of credit. Gave up 13 runs in the first game, and they've answered the bell, showing a lot of heart here in the nightcap, trying to leave town with a split.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Riddick shows that movement on the fastball. Looked like a little bit of a cutter on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, the Lakers have been able to be competitive in this one, and it all comes down to their pitching.
And we got a timeout. We've got either a squirrel or a baseball in the field.
Right.
And since it stopped moving, I think the squirrel theory was done. So I need to say, ball's thrown down the bullpen line, and we back to live action. Riddick winding and delivering. And that is a questionable fastball to Armstrong that's taken for a strike.
Yeah, Jameson never one to complain, though. Stepping right back in the box and ready to get to work.
Riddick moving quickly. Armstrong at the dish. 2 strikes. Bender on the outside part of the plate. Riddick was trying to sell that one. Doesn't get the Oscar and doesn't get the call. Needs to say either.
Absolutely right, Joe.
So Riddick, 1-2 count on Armstrong. Armstrong trying to prolong the inning, and this little bouncer. Riddick does the underhand toss over there, makes it interesting. Needs to say, no runs, no hits. We got free baseball. We're going in the 8th. We're not at a 2. So we have freeze baseball here going to the 8th with Elijah Henning stepping in to face Jonah Johnson. Knotted at 2. Johnson in his 3rd inning of work and start this one with a fastball over the heart of the plate for strike 1. And good to see Johnson after rocky 1st inning of work really settling in and finding his groove. Moving quickly and fouled off for strike 2.
Yeah, into the fire was Jonah in that 2nd inning of work. In only his 1st outing, he was put in a crucial game-winning situation, and he came through for the Yotes. So that's great experience under his belt now as he delivers the 0-1 just high. Or I apologize, 0-2. Now the count is 1-2.
1-2, so Johnson with the advantage here. Looking to retire. Henning, 1-2 pitch. That one just taken high by Henning to stay alive, and the count evens at 2 apiece. Chandler Gilbert taking on Southwestern Oregon, the team from the Great Northwest, warming up here in the Grand Canyon State. 2-2 pitch taken outside, and the count is full, 3-2.
Yeah, Jonah has found himself pretty deep in counts so far tonight. And that can be attributed to maybe him trying to be too fine and the fact that these Lakers are not going down easy.
3-2 pitch. Blows it right past him for the out. And stepping in is Jafari Williams. 3 at-bats. 3 Ks for Jafari. And Johnson off to a good start. Free baseball here in the 8th. And with each passing second, Mother Nature letting everyone know that it's getting colder by the second. But we have it a lot better than other parts of the country.
Absolutely.
Let's just remind us all that.
Yeah.
Johnson comes high and tight for ball 1. And for Jafari Williams, no question, 0 for on the night and 0 for with 3 Ks. So he is looking for some payback at the dish. Johnson, 1-0 pitch. Williams showed bunt, pulls it back, and it goes to 2-0. And right here, look, if you're Johnson, you've looked at who's coming up. You've seen a guy who struggled with 3 strikeouts. You just got to pepper the zone. Is that safe to say, Adam?
Yeah, absolutely. Trust that defense behind you as Jonah nibbles a strike there on the outside part of the plate. Beautifully placed pitch. And yeah, so for Jonah here, I mean, just trust the defense. You have an out, you have nobody on, and you got some great Yodi defenders. As Jafari Williams takes a monster hack on that 2-1 pitch. And just like that, Jonah Johnson is able to equalize the count, going from 2-0, battling back to now 2-2, putting Jafari Williams in some danger.
JJ looking for the second out of the inning and throws a bender that nowhere close in the zip code, so it quickly goes to 3-2. And no question, Williams has got good speed. He's shown it in right field. Last thing you want to do is give out a 1-out base runner and having Jafari Williams on the base path. 3-2 pitch. And this one, sky to the right side, and giving chase is big Justin George. And George can't get to it.
A great hustle play there by Justin George. And he got to the ball, but you know, with all that speed he had going, wasn't quite able to articulate himself and place his glove under the ball. So we will repeat the 3-2 count as Jonah Johnson once again in a deep count looks to deliver for the Yotes.
And Jafari Williams has got some life. With Jonah Johnson with an opportunity looking for his second out of the inning. Started with a strikeout of Elijah Henning, 3-2 pitch, and this one just scorched down the right field line. Good piece of hitting by Jafari Williams. Looked fooled on the pitch and just last second punched it out of the way to stay alive.
Yeah, butt out, hands out on that one was Jafari Williams, but able to extend the at-bat and give himself a chance to make Jonah pay.
Porter Pittman's slightly shaded in right center. 3-2 pitch. Breaker on the outside part of the plate. And Jafari Williams works his way on with a 1-out walk here in the 8th. Stepping in is Yamashita, who stepped in for Warren. And Yamashita struck out his first time up against Johnson. So we'll see if the Lakers play some small ball and try to get Williams on the base path. And that one almost thrown in right field. Justin George getting high on that one as Johnson peppered a laser. Johnson looking the runner back. First pitch to Yamashita. High, and Anderson fires the gun down, and Justin George jumping off the bag and quickly goes to 1-0.
Once again, flaunting that cannon is Anderson. And Justin George able to reach over and stop that ball from heading down the first baseline.
1-0 count on Yamashita. Williams at first base. Johnson locking in. 1-0 pitch. Runners going, and Anderson throws this one in center, and Jafari Williams is off to third base. Porter Pittman gets it in, and so we talked about the Lakers with getting the speed on the base path, and they capitalize, and Williams steals second, goes to third on the error by Anderson. And now an opportunity for Yamashita to put the Lakers ahead here in the 8th.
Yeah, in a crucial situation like this, that throwing error always is going to hurt a little bit more. But Eric Anderson has been solid all night, and I'm sure that won't deter his performance behind the dish.
Yamashita, infield in, takes a strike. And no question, a great move by Coach Watson, bringing the infield in. Look, if you're going to beat him right now, beat him hard and through. You got to get something through the infield.
Yep.
Yamashita struck out his first time up, so Coach Watson banking on Johnson, overpowering him and keeping the ball in the infield. Comes right back, and Anderson frames it perfectly for strike 2.
Yeah, Anderson right there. Some great defensive work. All a part of the game as he's able to snag that one right back over the plate.
And the middles are playing Yamashita right up the middle. So if he can get something through that left side, he will walk to first base. And he chases an outside part of the plate. And Johnson gets him fishing, and he's heading back to the dugout. And there is 2 outs now. And stepping up to the dish is the center fielder, Rain Yoshida. Bounced out to the pitcher, sacrificed, and struck out. So Johnson, after the 1-out walk with an opportunity to get out of this one. First pitch to Yoshida. Fastball. Gets away from Anderson, secures it, and Williams stays at third base.
Jonah Johnson has been flirting with danger here tonight, but flirting well as he's been able to completely limit the Lakers' offense here, even though he's got a runner on third.
1-0 count. Fastball misses in the outside part of the plate, and it goes to 2-0. And the big thing for Johnson as well is, look, don't let one get away. All of a sudden,
yeah,
Jafari Williams can stroll down 90 feet, and the Lakers have the lead.
Yeah.
Johnson, 2-0 count, runner at third. Wind up in a pitch, fastball just fouled off the right side. Yoshida with a very defensive swing. And Yoshida at the dish really hasn't showed him much tonight. So it's really about Johnson controlling the zone and getting the ball over the plate to give himself an opportunity.
Absolutely. As Eric Anderson sets up on the outside part of the plate, Jonah deals, and
fastball misses on the outer part of the plate, and he goes to 3-1. And Yoshida, once again, hasn't showed much in tonight's contest as Johnson tries to salvage. And this one's fouled off straight back, so we go to 3-2. And we saw Johnson with drama in the last inning. We got Johnson with more drama here in the 8th. 2 outs, runner at third. Rain Yoshida at the dish. Johnson in his first collegiate appearance out of the bullpen. 3-2 pitch to Yoshida. Here it is. High and tight, and Yoshida draws the 3-2 walk. Mercy. And stepping up, we go to the top of the order, and that's Cody Watanabe. Struck out, grounded out to second, struck out, and got hit by a pitch.
And Waddy will take a walk to the mound now. As it appears, Jonah Johnson's night is going to be completed. A fantastic job from the freshman. Able to stay out of danger and keep this game competitive. Not much more you can ask from your relieving pitcher. So
Watson going to the bullpen, bringing the left-hander. We'll take a short timeout as Jonah Johnson gets a nice applause from the crowd. You're watching the Coyotes and Lakers right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. So Coach Watson goes to the bullpen and brings in the left-hander, Trevor Young, facing Cody Watanabe. Adam, break it down. What does Young bring to the table?
Tricky Trev is absolutely nasty. All of his pitches move in every which way as he blisters a fastball right there with some two-seam action on it.
Fastball taken high by Watanabe. Watanabe once again. Cade bounced out to second. Cade got hit by a pitch. Runners at first and third. 2 outs here in the 8th. Free baseball. Young winds and delivers. Runner is going. Throw down, and Jafari Williams will score on the throw that goes into center field, and the Lakers take the lead 3-2. So the Lakers playing some small ball, sending the base runners, and ball cannot be picked on the one hopper down. Camden Plew cannot pick it, goes in center, and Jafari Williams scores, and the Lakers have taken the lead.
Bit of a gamble there by Eric Anderson to attempt that throw, but nothing to hang your head over as fortune favors the bold.
Watanabe takes a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Trevor Young blisters that corner, and still he's got damage. 1 run is in relief of Jonah Johnson. The run goes against Johnson as Rain Yoshida at third base. Off speed, taken low. Watanabe did not chase.
2-2 now was the count. Tricky Trev looking to put this away and give the Yotes a chance to equalize.
Trevor Young on the hill, fires, and this one fouled off straight back. And we'll do it all over again. Started with a 1-out walk to Jafari Williams. Stole second base. The K moved to third. And then the throw down, and Williams came racing home. Lined up in the pitch. This one fouled off to left side, giving chase and won't be able to grab it. Great hustle by Ethan Hatch over there trying to track it down. Give the young man an A for effort. A little bit too much backspin on that one, heading down the left field line. So Young and Watanabe will do it all over again. Good battle, lefty versus lefty. Lakers rallying from a 2-0 deficit, now lead 3-2 here in the 8th. Young, Watanabe, this one scorched left side coming in, and that one's gonna fall, and Watanabe on his giddy up, on his way to second as another run is in. Watanabe, big turn at second, and the Lakers now lead 4-2. Cody Watanabe, cue ball the other way, and not being able to make the play in left was Dante Turgeon, and another run is in for Southwestern Oregon Community College as they've rallied for 2 here in the 8th against the Coyotes bullpen.
Unfortunate situation there for Tricky Trev. You know, whenever the other team hits the ball off of him, it's never very hard. They never really catch a clean barrel, and unfortunately that one is going to fall just in front of the left fielder.
Stepping in.
Battling right back, though, is Trev as he bends one over, taking the lead in this at-bat already, 0-1.
Noah Sumimke stepping in. Grounded out, struck out, lined out, single last time up. 1-0 pitch, 0-1 pitch that is, and taken outside for 1-1. So it all starts with the walk, and you can't defend the walk.
Absolutely right.
Watanabe, good speed on the bases. The pitch from Trevor Young, and this one's floated out to left. Turgeon giving chase, and this one will bounce right in front of Turgeon, and another run is in. And another cue shot by the Lakers falls in. Perfect placement. And now it's the Lakers now putting up 3 in this frame. And now a 5-2 Southwestern Oregon lead as Devin White steps up to the dish. Young trying to get out of this one, and Devin White shoots it down the right field line. And we've seen 2 balls since Trevor Young has stepped in, and none of which have been hit hard. Just perfect placement.
Yeah, nothing for Trevor to hang his head over for sure, as he's been competing very well here tonight.
4 hits in the inning for the Lakers, and Devin White swings and misses on the big hook. White with power to all fields. 3 runs in on 4 hits, 1 walk. Trevor Young, Devin White, big bender, and that'll do it here, but the damage is done. 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 walk, and we go to the bottom of the 8th with the Coyotes trailing 5-2. So we go to the bottom of the 8th where the Coyotes now trailing 5-2, and the Lakers go to the bullpen and bring in underhander Zachary Elsos, 6'4" pitcher from Hoquiam, Washington. So this young man ready to wheel and deal and give his team a potential victory, but the Coyotes looking for some magic here, and stepping into the box is Tate Lewis, who had an RBI single in the first, part of a 2-run first. And since that first inning off Brandon Ochoa, the home team has been held in check.
Yeah, I mean, it's been nothing but zeros for the Yotes since that first inning. As that first pitch buzzes Tate inside. And the Coyote dugout getting a little noisy after that ball gets away from the pitcher. And Tater Tot Lewis, always a guy to start rallies. And when other than right now.
Elsos high and tight in the first pitch. Second pitch underway. Wheels and deals, and that one misses. And make no mistake, right now, the Coyotes, they need base runners. And got to play station to station, one at a time, and just be smart on the base path. 2-0 pitch to Tate. And terrific Tate takes a fastball, tailing movement on the inside part of the plate for strike one.
Yeah, I'm sure Tate had no problem letting that one go by. That pitch was well placed and, to be honest, quite disgusting.
2-1 count from Elsos. Ooh, and that was flat out nasty.
Oof. Yeah.
Andrew Fury has that look of like, did he actually throw that Frisbee for a strike in the outside part of the plate? That had some vicious break, and it's quickly 2-2. Elsos showing he's got some arsenal.
Yeah.
Plenty. 2-2 pitch. Coming Tate. Here it is. And that misses the outside part of the plate. And got to wonder if that could have been caught. Might have been close on the outside part of the plate.
Yep. But the catcher's unable to do his job there, which will lead Tate to a 3-2 count.
3-2 count. Elsos on the hill. Here it is. This one. And Tate swings right through it, and that is the first out of the inning. Stepping in is the left fielder, Dante Turgeon. Bounced out to third his first time, singled, and then doubled. 2 for 3 on the night. Also showing some arm slots and some arm speed and some vicious spin, and that one's wide of the zip code of Turgeon for ball one.
Yeah, along with the pair of hits that Turgeon has in this game, he also has a blast in the first game. And right now would be a pretty good time for him to replicate that, as yet another fastball is way far off the plate. Not a competitive pitch. And Turgeon takes an early 2-0 lead.
He's got Teizo Nagaki working hard behind that plate. 2-0 count to Turgeon. Here it is. And that one took something off, had Turgeon out in front. And he goes to 2-1.
Turgeon now crowding the plate, making an adjustment.
That one way outside. Came back with the same speed, took something off, and it goes to 3-1. Now, if you're Turgeon, you got a 3-1 count. Need base runners here.
Yeah, it's got to be a nice pitch, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to that slider on the outside, trying to get Turgeon to swing. Hopefully, he has the discipline, and he goes fastball off the plate, and Turgeon will take his base on balls. Hopefully, starting a Yodi rally here in the bottom of the 8th.
Turgeon, quality A-B. Let the game come to him, didn't force it, draws the walk.
Yep.
Stepping in.
And Turgeon will be relieved by Amir McGee, now the pinch runner at first base.
Amir McGee, let's give Amir's family a shout out in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Amir's family, the McGees, wish you well, hope all is good. Stepping into the batter's box is the lefty. Ryder Hancock, Ryder on the night. RBI single in the first, single in the third. Bounced out to second in the fifth. Takes a strike. Elzos with that Kent to Colby type of motion fires right back in, and it's quickly 2 strikes. So Hancock now in a defensive position. Gonna just try to barrel one and poke one to stay alive in this at bat. 0-2 pitch from Elzos, and this bounce to second. Lakers get the first, forcing McGee for the second out of the frame, and now stepping in is Ethan Hatch, trying to keep this inning alive.
Ethan Hatch, always reliable up at the dish. And now would be a great time to extend the Yodi rally with Ryder on first base. And Ethan squaring bunt early. Third baseman crashing. And pulling back is Ethan Hatch, as that one snags the outside corner for strike 1.
Now Hatch might be confused on the signals. He's got 2 outs.
Yeah.
And he's showing bunt. So maybe a miscommunication there by Hatch potentially, but needs to say he's going to battle. Young man is ready to take his hacks against Elzos, who's been sharp since coming out of the bullpen. Elzos, runner's going, throw down to second base, and base runner is in. And once again, it's about playing station to station, because that runner right there, it just prolongs the inning. It's all about Ethan Hatch getting on to get to the next batter.
Yep, get to the next guy.
Get
to the next
tying
guy.
runners on.
Absolutely.
Hatch with a 1-0 count. Elzos fires. That misses on the outside part of the plate.
Elzos trying to spoil the Yodi's perfect season thus far. And, you know, it's not that often that you see a sidewinder able to run it up to the mid to high 8s. So I'm sure the Yodi offense is trying to adjust the best of their capabilities here as he bends in a nasty slider.
So it goes to 2-1, 2-1, I should say, as Elzos pulls the trigger on the bender. Now it's all about a quality AB for Hatch with the runner at second. Elzos rocks and fires. That one taken high outside, and Hatch showing the patience.
Yeah, great plate discipline there by Hatch, and in a very crucial situation. Sometimes the nerves get the better of the hitters and they just pull the trigger just to pull it, but he's able to keep his bat back and on his shoulder.
On deck is Eric Anderson. Runner is going, and this one's taken way outside for ball 4. So the Coyotes howling, runners at the corners, and stepping in with an opportunity is Eric Anderson, and Anderson's K'd all 3 times up. And the good thing about him, that bender is going to break right in. So if he can time it perfectly, everything that Elzos is going to throw is going to bend right into him. So
yeah,
he's got an opportunity, and they're playing him up the middle, second and short, playing up the middle. So right now, Eric Anderson's got the opportunity to cue ball 1 through the 5-6 hole, and that would bring in a run. Elzos, first pitch, Anderson at the dish, runners at the corners, drama in the 8th. And this one, fastball. And the runner takes second base. So now the Coyotes with a couple of ducks on the pond with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Trailing 5-2. Elzos winding and delivering. That one misses low. And a 1-1 count on Eric Anderson. Anderson looking to keep this inning alive. On deck is Justin George, and you know Justin George has got long ball power.
Absolutely.
1-1 count. Elzos bringing it. And Anderson swings right through it, and it goes to 1-2. Now Elzos with an opportunity to put this one away for the visiting Lakers. And Eric Anderson with an opportunity to keep his team alive here in the heart of Chandler on a Thursday night. 1-2 pitch. Misses on the outside part of the plate. Elzos wanted that, and so did the catcher. And Nagaki does not get it behind the plate, and it goes to 2-2.
Great job there by Eric Anderson to keep that bat on his shoulder and extend the at-bat.
Anderson. 2-2 pitch. This one is shot to center. Going back is the center fielder, and he tracks it down, and that is going to do it. Great play by Rain Yoshida in center, and that does it as the Coyotes fall short in the bottom of the 8th as they lose this one 5-2. They jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead against Lakers starter Brandon Ochoa, getting 2 runs on 3 hits, but from there the Lakers bullpen was lights out. You name it, they brought in Mahiro Amida, and then it was Ridiak on the mound, and then coming in it was Elzos, and that bullpen really doing the job as the Coyotes bats fell silent after. So we do go to the 9th inning. So
I guess we do.
We go to the 9th. There's no 7th inning. There's no shortage of a game. So we do go to a 9th inning. So we apologize for all of you out there that we try to cut you short and cheat you out of this. So we go to the 9th. And on the hill for the Coyotes is big number 12. And on the hill is big Justin Smith from Las Vegas. And usually they say, Adam, what stays in Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But
right, this one leaked out.
With big Justin Smith, the right-hander, 6'3", big frame, what can we expect from him?
Justin Smith, you know, he's a guy that able to successfully mix his pitches, but he loves his fastball. And Justin Smith, coming from South Mountain Community College, is looking to cement himself as a solid starter or reliever, honestly, in this Chandler Gilbert rotation, who is so very stacked with big arms. And yeah, he's got a fastball, a curveball, and a changeup. And I would say his primary pitch is his fastball.
So Justin Smith taking aim at this Lakers lineup that's really come alive here late in this one. Stepping into the dish is Anu McCabe. McCabe with a couple hits. His last 2 times up. Here we are in the 9th, and this one is shot to right center, giving chase. And a collision between the right fielder and center fielder as McCabe going into third, and McCabe is going to try to look like he was going to potentially try to come in, and a miscommunication in the outfield between Porter Pittman and the right fielder. And you hate to see that.
Good
Ryan
to see.
Hancock, Porter Pittman and Ryan Hancock with a miscommunication. Now Coach Watson's going to go out there and see if they're okay. And
yeah, Ryder seems to be limping a little bit, but good to see both men on their feet as John Watson and Rick Moreno make their way out.
And that's the last thing you want to see is 2 of your star outfielders collide early in the season, and that happens because of a lack of communication. The center fielder's cutting over. He's got the angle. He's going toward the ball, and obviously no one called each other off, and they end up colliding, and that ends up to be a triple for McCabe, who's now has 3 hits in his last 3 at-bats, and not a good start for the Coyotes in this top of the 9th. So stepping into the box as we get back to live action is
Number 33.
Tezu Nagaki. Nagaki swings at a first pitch. Nagaki, 3 strikes, 3 Ks on the night, and a single. Nagaki with the runner at third. Takes a nice bender. And Justin Smith showing the arsenal. And it quickly goes to 0-2. This one skied behind us, and it remains 0-2. So miscommunication between Pittman and Hancock and Wright. 0-2 pitch to Nagaki, and he waves and misses for strike 3.
Beautiful pitch there by Justin Smith. Way to capitalize in that 0-2 situation. Throw a pitch that he has no chance of hitting, and it pays off there.
Elijah Henning stepping into the box. Runner at third. Lakers with a 5-2 lead. Smith, big bender. And that's a beaut right there. Henning a good night at the plate. Couple hits and RBI. Fastball taken inside for ball 1. Coyotes with the infield in. Can't prevent a 6th run from coming in. That one bounces on the outer part of the plate. Henning lays off and it goes to 2-1. On deck is Jafari Williams, who drew that critical walk in the last inning that started the 3-run frame.
Yeah.
Justin Smith, 2-1 pitch. High fastball misses, and it goes to 3-1.
Yeah, competitive miss there from Justin Smith. Nothing to hang your head about, just didn't get the call as the count is now 3-1.
Justin Smith, 3-1 pitch. That misses, actually catches the inside part of the plate, and he goes to 3-2. Justin Smith trying to limit the damage. Big 3-2 pitch to Henning. And this one's scorched and off the glove. Ethan Hatch can't bring it in, and Henning strolls into second base. And another big contact opportunity for the Lakers, and they come through. And that's a ball scorched at Hatch.
It seems that actually there was a change at third, and that's Joey Gentile, who unfortunately couldn't make the play. That ball was laced, though, and a run is the product as the Southwest Oregon Lakers extend their lead 6-2 now.
So a 6-2 lead as the play is not made at third base. So McCabe starts it with a big triple on the miscommunication. And swinging through that one was Jafari Williams. Good piece of hitting by Henning. Ripped a laser. Now Jafari Williams, who was 0 for 3 on the night. Worked a walk against Johnson, opened the floodgates for a 3-run 8th. And now the Lakers have tacked one on the triple by McCabe to start the 9th. Smith winding and delivering fastball. Blows it by Jafari Williams. And Williams down swinging.
Seemed a little bit confused as well. Maybe thought the count was 0-1 or 1-1.
Yoshimura stepping in.
Two outs now for Justin Smith. A good job by him of bouncing back from that double.
Yamashita is Cade in both plate appearances. Justin Smith trying to limit the damage. Yamashita swings through the first pitch for strike one. Runner at second base is heading after the blast off the third baseman's glove. Opportunity to be made. Goes by the wayside. Yamashita facing Justin Smith. Smith throws back and close play at second base. Could not be picked.
Yeah, good throw there by Justin Smith. Plu unable to make the grab, but the throw might not have been in time regardless.
Yamashita at the dish. Runner in second, 2 outs. A 6-3 Lakers lead. Wind up and delivery, and this one is a little soft one in the gap, and that one is going to drop as well, and another run is in. And give the Lakers credit. They've found some cue ball opportunities, and they've been able to make them last, and another run is in. So the Lakers with 3 in the 8th, 2 here in the 9th. Yamashita comes through with the RBI single.
And the runner takes off. Eric Anderson on the throw, not in time, as that one gets away from JMO down in second.
Rain Yoshida stepping in. Lakers were blasted in the first game, 13-7. They fell behind quickly, 2-0. Justin Smith misses high. Daniel Hutchison with a scoreless outing.
Yeah.
Actually, 1 run given up by Hutch, so he left. And this one's scorched, little soft liner that is, and that's going to end the frame, but the damage is done. The Lakers with 2 more runs, and they lead 7-2 going into the bottom of the 9th. So we go to the bottom ninth with Justin George stepping up against the Sidewinder. Takes a strike to start off the frame. Zachary Elzos in his second inning of work. Elzos winding and delivering, misses way outside and making Nagaki work hard behind home plate. So once again, 5-run hole for the home team.
Yep.
Many base runners needed here. Elzos wires and delivers and blisters a fastball on the outside part of the plate. And it goes to 1-2.
And now Justin George is put in a situation where getting on base here is crucial, and he is unable to do so as Elzos delivers a nasty slider for the first out of the inning.
Took something off.
Yeah.
George swung right through it, and coming into pinch hit is number 30. Getting his first look at Elzos on the mound. And that is Easton Bryant, the freshman. Campo Verde High School, which is right off the 202. Adam, did you ever face Easton Bryant on the mound?
I did, actually. I had the pleasure of facing him once, and I believe I got the better of him with the strikeouts. So, yeah.
So you always got that against him in your high school careers, huh?
I like to hold that over his head a little bit.
And Brian takes a strike on the outside part of the plate.
But that's all behind us.
Because you're teammates now.
Fortunately, yes. Fortunately, we share the same jersey now, and he's become a brother to me as he takes the second strike of the at-bat, and Elzos quickly works himself ahead into an 0-2 count.
And ever since that 3-hit first inning, Coyotes have only mustered 5 hits over the course of the game. This one bounced up the middle, and that's a good piece of hitting by Easton Bryant, and keeps the inning going for the home team.
Yeah, that's almost a breath of fresh air for the Coyotes, as it feels like a while since we've had a hit, and Easton Bryant now standing atop first base, awaiting Ben Hashizaki.
Cameron Plew.
Oh, apologies.
Up at the dish, and the last hit before that base knock by Plew was in the 6th inning.
Yeah.
Foul ball as Easton Bryant will have to work his way back to first base. Coyotes back on the field, taking the Scottsdale Post-Grad in a twin bill. Action starts tomorrow afternoon. Adam and Andrew on the call. I'll be here for the nightcap. Plew at the dish. And this one is scorched up the middle. Camden Plew not fooled whatsoever. And we've got runners at first and second. Back-to-back singles. So all of a sudden, Coyotes bats are coming to life here.
No better time than the bottom of the 9th as Jamison Armstrong is now up to bat.
JMO stepping up to the plate, and all of a sudden we've got blankets, we've got big jackets, we've got heaters, and rightfully so because it's cold. JMO with an opportunity facing Elzos, and obviously every run matters, every at-bat matters for the Coyotes to extend this inning, and Elzos misses outside. And that Coyotes bench is now loud and proud, trying to get into the mindset of Elzos and rattle him after back-to-back singles here in the 9th. He comes right back with a strike on JMO and evens the count at 1 apiece. Coyotes jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead on Brandon Ochoa, and they've been held in check since. Now it's 2-1 on Armstrong. On deck is big, powerful Tate Lewis. 2-1 pitch on JMO. And JMO swings right through it.
Healthy hack from JMO.
Didn't get cheated.
No, did not get cheated at all. And we'll see if JMO can continue the game of pass the torch, as the 2-2 from Elsos is on the way.
And this one, cue ball, bounced to shortstop. Out at first. Actually, the out at second and the flip to first for the double play. And that is going to do it as Elsos comes in relief and shuts the door down for the Coyotes. Coyotes start fast with 2 in the first on 3 hits. And they go silent the rest of the way. They finish with 7 hits on the night, 2 runs. Picking up the loss is freshman Jonah Johnson. Johnson gave up a 3 runs, part of a 3-run 8th. That kind of broke things open. And they got into the bullpen and really did the job. And needless to say, this Lakers team, which suffered that 13-7 loss and got battered around a little bit, the second game, Brandon Ochoa, after a tough first inning, really locked it down, and the Lakers bullpen really came in and sealed the deal.
Yeah, the Lakers really, their key to success for this game was the pitching, and Ochoa was the tone setter for them. Starting off shakily, I thought it was going to be a swift repeat of the previous game, but the Lakers able to hold their ground and stifle the offense of the Coyotes as they take home the 7-2 victory, and the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes fall to 4 wins and 1 loss on the season.
A really good job by the Lakers bullpen, and let's flip it back on the other side of a positive tonight in the start by Daniel Hutchison. 9 Ks, 4 hits, only 1 run allowed.
Yeah, fantastic outing from the true freshman, and definitely what he looks to replicate throughout the rest of the season. And he kept the game close, and that's all you can ask for from your starter. But unable to take home the victory were the Coyotes tonight.
So the Coyotes fall to 4-1, and short night to be worked up and be restless because the team is right back at it tomorrow with a doubleheader against the Scottsdale Post-Grad, and that game will start early in the afternoon. Early start time for that one, so please make it out. And Adam, when you come off a loss like this, and what's the mindset of the team coming into Friday's twin bill?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this Coyotes lineup responds to such adversity, but I can tell you from what I've seen, they are going to come out tomorrow as if they just won the World Series. And that's definitely a key for rebounding from losses, is you can't let the mindset change, as the Coyotes may seem a little down right now. Tomorrow is a whole new day, and the win streak will start back up tomorrow if all things go according to plan. So
Coach Watson and the team will be back at it tomorrow looking to rebound, and they get the win in the first one, 13-7, fall in the nightcap, 7-3. They fall to 4-1 on the season, with Scottsdale Post-Grad coming in tomorrow for a twin bill on a fabulous Friday here from Chandler, Arizona. We appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. For Adam, Andrew, I'm Joe Pequeno. Have a good night, and we'll see you right here, fresh from the ballpark, live here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network tomorrow afternoon.